Hello, everybody. Hello, happy Wednesday, everybody. Hang on for a split second here. There we go. Wait. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Happy Wednesday. Hi, Ranma. How you doing? Hi, Mr. Crow. How you guys doing today? So today we're gonna be watching some Warhammer 40k stuff. Trying to think of some, because we'll also watch like this one little video I saw like a couple of other VTubers talk about, and it's kind of interesting, and I'm really curious to see like what it is. It's called The Best Male Hobbies According to Women. So I'm curious to see what this is like, because I don't think we've ever really touched on something like this before. And it seemed kind of interesting to me. So we'll see that here in a little bit. And then, so also for Warhammer. So I'm going to try to make this like a thing. So I'm going to try to make this like a thing for like Wednesdays. So like Wednesdays we talk about Warhammer, and then so let's see here. So on Wednesdays we'll talk about like Warhammer, and then like Mondays we kind of just do some reacting stuff. So what I'm trying to do here, chat, is that I'm really trying to kind of have like a more structured week. Oh god, that sounds horrible. My voice sounds terrible. I hate my voice. Also, chat, by the way, yeah, Warhammer Wednesdays, yeah, basically. So Warhammer Wednesdays, and then Mondays we'll do like our usual yapping and reacting to like random videos and stuff like that. And then like Fridays we'll typically have like maybe like mono kit buildings, because like I said, I'm really trying really hard. Like I'm trying my absolute damnest to kind of like keep everything kind of uniformed. So yeah, I'm trying to keep everything nice and uniformed. So also I wanted to show something else here. So I was kind of perusing through HLJ, because they just announced some new model kits that just came out. So the new model kits that just came out are, let me see here real quick. These look interesting, except for maybe the new Jikax model kits. Although I will say I do have the gun cannon on pre-order, because that one is probably the most attractive. Yeah, I saw Kaiser Greymon. I did see Kaiser Greymon. So I want to see here real quick. Yeah, so we'll take a look at Kaiser Greymon. Let's see here. So let me see here real quick, because I'm trying to pull everything up right now, and also we finally have a second monitor. So we do have like a second monitor again, so now I can actually do a little bit of multitasking, which is great, because having one monitor and tracking all of chat and stream and everything is a pain in the ass. So let me see here real quick. Also, chat, another thing is that I now have a new feature. So I now have a new feature, and that is I now have a TTS. So for 50 bits, you can use the TTS. and I used the TTS of myself because I got the idea from Terra, from Terra Raizu, and I was like, okay, I want to give this a try now. So if you want to use the Tangia TTS, you are free. You are more than welcome to. I thought that would be kind of a little bit. I think it would be a little bit fun, and then also there was some other stuff as well for Tangia as well. So I think there's like some fart stuff. I disabled jump scares because I personally hate jump scares. So yeah, I'm contemplating getting 2 Kaisers, one for the combination with Magna Garurumon to make Susano. I'm guessing that's how it's gonna happen. I honestly have no idea. And then one for Shella. I've always liked the design Kaiser Greymon a lot more than Magna Garurumon. That would be interesting. That would be really interesting to see. If they go, I'm sure they'll probably go with it, knowing how these people are, because they've done Metal Garurumon, they've done War Greymon, so chances are is that they will probably do a Magna Garurumon to go with Kaiser Greymon. So let me do this real quick. So I kind of want to go over these. Here we go. Okay, so looking at this, and let me move over to the side just a smidge and shrink myself down. All right, so what we're looking at here is that this is the real grade Wing Zero. So this is the anime, not the MS Waltz Wing Zero. And honestly, this looks really fucking good. Like, this genuinely looks really good. I'm getting it because I have Epion, and this is gonna look amazing next to my Epion. Like, just, oh, that looks really, really gorgeous. And you can do the 2 Busterkin combination. So it comes with interchangeable hands, comes with 2 beam sabers, the shield, and the 2 Buster rifles. Because if I remember correctly, the combination toy, all the extra parts you use for the spirit form of Kaiser and Magna. That's actually pretty cool. And that is the model kit itself, along with its Neo Bird mode. So yeah, that looks really freaking good. I'm pretty stoked for this. Here is Magna Kaiser Greymon. And it looks also looks really good. I really like what they're doing with the amplified kits. I really am loving this. I can't wait to see more pictures of it. And then this, so I pre-ordered this because I thought it looked genuinely pretty good. So this is what is called the light cannon instead of the gun cannon. And it looks pretty interesting. I actually kind of dig it. It's not ugly as sin to look at. It actually looks, you know, the overall aesthetic with the with Jikax is going for is that, oop, hang on. So like the overall like aesthetic that Jikax is going with kind of works in this thing's benefit. But yeah, it looks pretty good. It's interesting that it comes, so the things that I've noticed that's kind of interesting with this thing is that, so it comes with 1 cannon instead of 2, because the usual gun cannon typically comes with 2 cannons. So this is an interesting take. Now, granted, this is also an alternative timeline of the 1-year war. So this is, I'm actually very curious to see how this is going to play out in the anime. And then what I also find is kind of interesting is this little camera right here with on its chest. So I think that's actually pretty interesting. So I've already went ahead and pre-ordered this. I don't know if I'll be getting any more Jickaxe model kits, just because I just hate the overall designs with the vast majority of these, except for probably this one. And then we have the military police Zaku, which also looks pretty dang good. Looks alright. It has the big, giant, bulky legs that I'm not particularly a fan of. And I'm wondering if these are completely detachable and we won't get like big, giant chunks just ripped out of the leg. And these are just simple attachments. Because, again, my problems with these Zaku designs is that I am not a big fan of this extremely tiny shield on its shoulder that is, like, you might as well just have another one of these little pauldrons right here. I would like to have this a lot bigger, like a bigger arm shield. Or maybe, hell, even like a full-blown riot shield. And then we get some interchangeable hands. So we got two closed fists and a relaxed open hand, a heat hawk, and then a interesting take on the Zaku machine gun. So this is interesting. I don't know if I will get it, but it looks pretty interesting to look at. So then we have one that I'm not too fond of, and that's the Red Gundam. This just looks hideous. To me, at least in the face, this looks absolutely hideous. So I don't like the face. I really don't like the face. The face just looks way too cluttered. However, the overall design of the Gundam, it's okay. It's a lot better in a more unified color. I just don't like any of it. Again, it's okay. So, I don't like the face. I wish they would do something about the face. I can kind of see the Ava design with the legs. I can kind of see that. It's interesting that this thing has like these two giant like Dragoon units. And so I've noticed like these little arm mounts, right? So I'm taking that's kind of going to be like the gimmick of the series, is that we're going to have like these little attachment points for like armaments or armor or something akin to that. Hey Lilac, how you doing? Apparently the Master Grade, the O is getting a reprint. Ooh, okay. Also, hang on, let me do something here real quick so that way I don't dox myself, because I kind of want to go over these as well. So let's see here. So, I want to kind of go over these real quick. Nice, well, welcome back. Welcome back from shopping. Okay, so, let me see here. So, let me pull up these real quick. Just because these were just kind of announced that they're back in store, back in stock for reprints. And I've already went ahead and pre-ordered one because my old one's kind of busted. So let me just do this, and get rid of these. So we're done looking at those model kits. Okay, so let's see here. Just got some things. Things for your bunny. Nice, nice. Let's go. So, there we go. Okay. So, actually, you know what? Hang on. Let me just move that over so that way I just don't go ahead and dox myself. Hang on real quick. Sorry. My friend just sent me something. Okay. Okay. Here we go. So, the Liger Zero Schneider is up for reprint. So this is going to be the full-blown Liger Zero Schneider. So it's going to come with a base Liger Zero, and it's going to come with the Schneider unit. And that is going to be slated for a September re-release. So if you missed out on getting a Liger Zero Schneider, or if you wanted one just for like customizing or what have you, you can now have an opportunity to get it again. Same thing goes for the Blade Liger. So this is the Blade Liger AB reissue. So if you missed out on getting the Blade Liger, you have now you have an opportunity to get it. The only thing I don't like about the Kotobukiya Blade Liger is that it is an extremely jank build, just because it is an old model kit. It's based off of the HMM Shield Liger. There are areas where it's pretty clunky, but it's not bad for what it is. It's not bad. So it does come with the attack boosters like the Van Blade Liger Custom. Let's see here. We got a bunny toy, so I hope he likes it. I hope so too. Let's see here. If they made, well, they don't have rabbit zoids, but they do have flying squirrels. That's kind of close. So yeah, it's a really good solid kit. I do recommend it if you just want to get into HMM Zoids. That one is also coming out in September. The DCSN is very tempting to me. I would get it. I have it. So we also have just the Schneider unit. So if you don't, or if you already have a Liger Zero, like if you already have like a Liger Zero as is, and you just want the armor, now here's your chance to get just the Schneider unit. Mine was a first run Schneider unit, and the blade, especially the top blade right here. Actually, no, it was one of these little cheek blades. It broke. So one of these cheek blades broke. So I already have this pre-ordered, so that way I can just replace it. And then we have the Jaeger unit. So now we have the Liger Zero Jaeger unit up for pre-order. So if you, like I said, if you missed out on a Liger Zero Jaeger, or if you have a Liger Zero and you just need the Jaeger unit, now is a good chance for you to get it. It's not bad. It's a good set. I put it on my Liger Zero a couple of times, and like I said, it's not bad. It's pretty good. I'm going to assume that the Panzer is absolutely so. Like, whenever they do Liger Zeros, they typically will release the Liger Zero and then both the armor and a Liger Zero with the armor. So it gives you an opportunity. And then this one's getting a re-release, the DCSJ Shield Liger. I have this in my backlog. I haven't built it yet. Like I said, with the Blade Liger, it's kind of jank, just because it is an older kit. It is a very much an older kit. So the things that you could pretty much mitigate, and it really wouldn't do anything, are the gut tubes and the tubing in the back of the tubing in the back of the neck. Yeah, the rubber magazine hoses are also an atrocious nightmare. Considering that these are basically the exact same magazines that come with the laser Gatling unit from like the Darkhorn. They are an absolute atrocious piece of shit. I wish that these were just like solid plastic pieces with like a copper wire running through them. Although I will say this though, and I think this is kind of funny. So you can actually see in some of the promotional images that they don't include the hoses in the back of the neck. So even they're like, yeah, no, this shit don't work. Oh wait, hold up. No, I think you can. Never mind. Although I will say this one isn't as bad with the redundant pieces. It's not as bad as, say, the Blade Liger. And what I'll probably do here when I build this is that I will probably take like a matte gray. So I'll probably take like a matte gray to this thing and just paint all of these gray areas in that matte finish, so that way it doesn't kind of... I just don't like how this looks. I just really don't like how all of this looks. Also, the Geno Breaker is now up for pre-order. So if you missed out on a Geno Breaker, well, now you get an opportunity to pre-order it. And this one is going to be coming out in August. Same thing goes for that Shield Liger. They both come out in August. And also the Jaeger unit. I might just end up using gunmetal gray marker on the gray. What I've learned, and what I've learned from what is it? The Biotyranno that I painted. So I've learned that Lead Belcher does absolute wonders. And I might hit that with the Lead Belcher and then some kind of gray. Might look up some tips on how to paint like Warhammer 40k vehicles and then apply that to this. Because yeah, no, that did absolute wonders. And last one is the Liger Zero Jaeger. Yep, so last one here is the Liger Zero Jaeger. And this one is a Liger Zero that comes with the Jaeger unit. It has some funky... So it does have some funky armor pieces that kind of don't make a whole lot of sense. So if I can find a good image of this. I think it is... So if you look at... I'm trying to find these pieces. Here we go. So it's these little pieces right here. Or I could also use the Ray Studios Zirconium Black. Yeah, you could also do that too. So these little... So this little apparatus right here. It's kind of weird because it's meant to like hold in the boosters. But you don't really need them. So they're just kind of there. It's a weird little piece, and you sometimes kind of forget that they're there. But the instructions do say like there are these two little pieces that kind of hook into these. See, I remember being frustrated with the lower hind legs of the Imperial. Yeah, the legs for the Liger Zero can be a little finicky. That much is true. I have built several of them. So yeah, no, they can be kind of finicky. But also it's another Zoid I do highly recommend to people who just genuinely want a good, decent Zoid. And let me see here real quick, because I think... let's see here real quick. Hang on real quick. Let me see something. quick. So if I go to, and I'm hoping BBTS doesn't dox me, because I want to kind of show these off as well. So it doesn't look like it does. So I'm just gonna go on BBTS. Oops, hang on. There we go. Okay. Because also, if you go on Big Bad Toy Store, and let me see here real quick. Let me go to HLJ. There we go. So we go to HLJ, and I don't know if the pre-order slots are still open. But... Oh, hang on. There we go. Yeah, no, the pre-order slots are closed on this one, but if you go to... So if you go to Big Bad Toy Store, because they do have slots that are open, you can get a Liger Zero. And that Liger Zero, I believe... Let me see here. Okay. Yep, so that Liger... God damn it. So that Liger Zero is going to be shipped out in July of this year. So if you want a Liger Zero plus some of the other Zoids that are coming out as well, so like some of the other Liger Zero armor, now's your chance to get it. Typically, Big Bad is okay when it comes to pre-ordering things. I kind of go to them if all else fails. And the most interesting thing about Big Bad is that a lot of the times... So I also have a Liger Zero on pre-order, because what I'm going to be doing with this Liger Zero is that I am going to be painting it into Liger Zero Blue Soga from Zoids Generations. But yeah, so typically with Big Bad, right? So typically with Big Bad, they're kind of like a last-ditch effort if you really want something, and all other slots are full. You can go here because a lot of the times you'll have like Zoids that have been out of stock on like Hobbylink Japan, Ami, and other places as well. So like you can still get like the Death Soar. See, I just pre-order on BBTS and HLJ Gundam, because worst comes to worst, I forget to order one. Yeah, exactly. But like, what's kind of interesting is that Big Bad will sometimes have Zoids that you can't find anywhere else, because I think it's out of stock. Sadly, I think it's out of stock, but. Yep, here it is. Yeah, so this one right here is the Garantula, and you can't find it. Hi, Hollow, how you doing? So you can't find the Garantula on any other site, and I've checked like Ami, I have checked HLJ, I have checked Entertainment Earth. I couldn't find a place to get a Garantula except for Big Bad, and there's nowhere where it says, you know, this is a Big Bad, you know, a BBTS exclusive. It just happens to be here, off of New Type. I'll have to see where that's at. Hang on, let me see here. Hang on, let me check it real quick. New Type. See here. Okay, so it is like an actual Gundam store. Okay, so let me check in stock. Yes, it actually is. Yep, it is still in stock. Yes. So, there we go. I stand corrected. That is really not a whole lot. That is really not a whole lot. But yeah, so like if you really want like a Garantula, you can find it here apparently. And with the Garantula, what's interesting with this is that it is actually one of the very first Zoids ever produced. So, in the original model kit line, the Garantula was part of the Whitehead Zoids, or like the Stick Zoids, basically, as some people call them, just because they had a very stick-like structure to them. And yeah, no, like this is really, really cool that we actually get a HLJ, or not an HLJ, but a HMM version of a Garantula. Now, some people have actually configured this thing into, I think it's called Spiker, which is the praying mantis original Whitehead Zoid. And you can easily do it with this thing. I think you just gotta feng shui some of the parts around and kind of turn some of these frontlings into mantis sites. But you can do it. I've seen I think an image or two of people actually doing that. Just keep in mind, new type shipping is the same as Gundam, aka $10 at least within. Oh, okay, yeah, then yeah, that's no problem. However, I am kind of saving it just because of, well, I have 2 Zoids that are gonna be taken out of my account by the end of this week, and bills and everything. So again, always collect responsibly here, folks. But yeah, so the 2 Zoids that are going to be released this week. Hang on, let me turn on the music. I don't know if the music's too loud for you guys. There we go. But yeah, so the 2 Zoids that are going to be released this week are... let me pull them up real quick. Let me pull this up real quick. My god, what the fuck? I swear my neighborhood has like a bunch of like dumbasses driving around because I can hear someone's bass all the way through my apartment. So let me check here. Let me check these states. Okay, so... that? Oh, okay. So, actually, wait, hang on. Let me check something real quick. Let me see something. Oh. Okay. So, I stand corrected by one of these Zoids. So, the RMZ, the RMZ Dinosaur comes out today. So this just came out today, and it's already labeled as discontinued on HLJ, which that was kind of quick. I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of quick. So, hang on. Oh wait, there we go. Okay. I was gonna say, because like right above, you can't see it, but like right above here is like my actual like IRL name, and thank Christ, like this thing, you guys can't see it, so thank God. I was kind of panicking a little bit, but that's okay. That's okay. But yeah, so today we have the RMZ Dinosaur. It's already been labeled as discontinued on HLJ. And then the RMZ Blade Liger comes out later on this week. So this comes out on the 22nd, and this one came out today. So for those who shop at HLJ, make sure you are checking your email to make sure that you got a Zoid in your warehouse. But yeah, so that's kind of like the model kit overview. As far as I know of. Yeah, as far as I know of. Yeah, because right now I'm kind of like I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of like eyeballing HLJ right now. Yeah, I'm kind of eyeballing HLJ. Okay, so with that being said, let me go ahead and close out all of these real quick. Alright, so now, with that out of the way, let me take you guys on a quick little break. So, I'm going to put you all on a quick little break. I'm going to go get something to drink real quick. And then afterwards, we'll watch this, looks like a funny little video that I found. So... see here real quick. Okay. We'll be right back here, guys. All right, chat. All right, I'm back. All right, I got a little bit of pizza while I was away. Okay, so the video I kind of want to show you guys. Let me move this over. So let me see here. There we go. So let me pause Skyrim real quick. Okay. So the video I want to show you guys. So this is called Best Male Hobbies According to Women. I want to know like if this is accurate or not. So, all right. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Simply Safe. There is no safe like Simply Safe. Can your hobbies make you more hot? Can they make...
I don't know, chat. I feel like here's the thing. I feel like collecting Gundam models and Warhammer 40K minis, I feel like will make you feel like an absolute Giga Chad. I'm just saying, chat. I'm just saying.
Make you less hot? Recently, an organization called Date Psychology surveyed 840 men and women, asking them a series of questions to find out what the most and least attractive male hobbies are. And today, we're going to go through it. We're going to look at the least attractive hobbies. We're going to look at the most attractive hobbies. And let me warn you now, guys, some of these hobbies on this list are going to upset you. And some of these hobbies on this list are our hobbies. Number 10, least attractive hobby that a man can have, according to women, is
it VTubing? Is it
makeup.
Wait, what? Hold up, what? Wait, hold up. That's a male hobby? I mean, like, I'm pretty sure, but I as a guy, as a dude, I don't know any guys outside of like maybe theater people who would want, who actually have like makeup as a hobby. That seems a little weird. Okay.
I mean, yeah.
Sure.
Okay, what's number 9? Crypto.
Yes!
Ooh.
Yes!
Dude, I am all about blockchain, like the idea behind it, I'm into it, dude. Decentralized stuff.
Crypto
Keep
bros
people
are
from
fucking
taking
annoying.
crap away from you. I'm all about
Crypto
it.
bros are so fucking
It's
annoying.
not my hobby.
Okay,
it's like one of those things where it's
so I actually so a little bit about my personal life and all that kind of stuff, right? So when I go on military duty, I know this one kid. I have this one kid who is like super into crypto. Like the dude is like mining crypto 24/7. He's like mining crypto as he's like on military duty. And the dude is so fucking obnoxious about it. Like, holy shit, dude. It's like, bro, I don't give a fuck about crypto. Like, okay, I get it. Okay, I get it. You like to walk around like your shit don't stink because you can mine like Ethereum and fucking Bitcoin and stuff. But it's like, bro, these people are so fucking annoying.
if it's your job and it's a good job, then that's one thing. But if you are like a sous chef and then you're like, oh, I'm into crypto as my hobby,
Yeah.
it's kind of like, all right, I can see how that's unattractive. Crypto, fine.
Just
Self-identifying as
They're
a
usually
crypto
pretty
guy,
fucking obnoxious people.
not very attractive. Again, not up to me. This is what the girl said. Number 8. Cigars.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's fair.
Cigars as a hobby. I get it.
Okay, that's
if
fair.
You're just like smoking black and mild constantly, like hanging out the side of your window, 100%. That's super weird. This is an easy thing to not look
That
cool
is fair.
while doing.
It's also
Are you guys
extremely
familiar with the
unhealthy,
Italian
too.
term sprezzatura? It's the ease at which you do things.
Wait, is that
So you
wait,
can have
do
an
we,
outfit,
oh, we got
and if
we
you
got
look
an
like
ad.
you're not comfortable in it, then you
Ads.
don't look cool. But you
Although I
can
will
take that
say these
same
look pretty-
outfit and put it in a guy who's like
as
chilling
kids
in
say,
it.
they're pretty
He's got
dashing.
sprezzatura.
I don't know,
It's
people
like
say dashing.
chillness, and you look natural doing it. If you look natural,
Oh, never
smoking
mind, I
a
thought this was
stove,
an ad.
then you're Arnold Schwarzenegger. You look cool, and I don't care who tells me different. The Governator looks cool while smoking a stove.
He does.
I smoke my stogie anywhere I want because I'm a stud.
But as a hobby, like your whole hobby is cigars,
Yeah.
that's accurate. Don't smoke anything. Life's hard enough. All right, number
No,
7.
for real.
Clubbing?
Okay, I can kind of see
Clubbing
that.
ain't a hobby, dude. Clubbing is a lifestyle, dude.
Okay, I can kind of see that. Like, okay, if you like going clubbing and stuff like that, then that's, that's perfectly fine. Not my personal thing, but if you like to go out and go clubbing, with the boys or with the girls, as like a boys' night out, girls' night out, then yeah, that's perfectly reasonable. But like, if that is like your entire life is to go out and go clubbing as like a hobby, I think you might have a problem.
I don't necessarily know if like going.
I'm also a little bit of an anime nerd, and I don't go out. I don't go clubbing. Places like this, like confined spaces with a bunch of fucking people and loud noises. Oh, it triggers my fight or flight.
Going to a club and dancing
Look at that kid got me.
is a very unattractive thing. Girls love dancing, and girls love a guy who will go dancing with them. But again,
Sure.
I think these people are imagining that first date, you're sitting across from each other at a restaurant, you're getting to know each other, and it's like, so what are you into? If off the bat some dude is like, I like clubbing, I picture Jersey Shore type guy.
Yeah,
you know?
I kinda
a
see
guy
that
who's
too.
like maybe doesn't have their priorities straight. I like clubbing,
I'm a clubbing man.
but
Yeah,
that's not to
bro.
say that going.
Yeah, bro. I know like all the best clubbing places around town. I know this one place in Ybor. Totally a great place. It gives out the finest liquor, man.
Going to clubs and dancing. Like if this were dancing, I think it would be much more attractive.
Yeah.
So what do you like to do? I like dancing.
No, see, that's not bad. Okay.
That's
Wait.
something to think about. So what do you like to do? I like clubbing.
There we
Ooh.
go.
It doesn't have the same ring to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Number 6.
Marijuana.
Marijuana. As
Okay,
a
yeah, I
hobby,
can kinda see that too.
Marijuana is
I
my
can
hobby.
see that
What are you into? Marijuana. It could potentially.
Like, okay, if you're meeting like another stoner or like someone else who's like into the devil's lettuce, then yeah, I can see that as being like a good, you know, talking piece because you guys have something in common. But like to the average Joe or average Jane that you're just trying to meet for the first time, like, oh yeah, my hobby's marijuana. Yeah, no, I'm just gonna skedaddle out of here. I would have thought I would think so too. That and like cigars. I'm actually quite surprised like clubbing is like right above cigars.
Enhance your hobbies.
Ooh, excuse
Going
me.
to a movie, smoking a J, cooking after smoking a J. You know, like it used to be kind of like an outlaw thing and allowed
Yeah,
you
it's
to
like, I'm a
be
bit
sort
of
of
a
a
rebel.
rebellious person. But now that it's legal, it's just like drinking. It's like
Yeah,
being into
that's
drinking. And so like if you were like, hey, what's your hobby? Oh, I like drinking.
Yeah, okay,
like,
okay,
yo.
okay. If your hobby is drinking, you have a problem. You genuinely have a problem, and you need to go see help. Coming from a dino who has like a family history of alcoholics, yeah, no. If your hobby is drinking, you need help.
Okay, this will be our last date. Again, to each their own, but
True.
as a hobby,
I don't know.
just my opinion, and 840 women. The number 5 least attractive
should
hobby
be
that a man can have according to women is
Funko Pops.
the first brand name on the list.
Okay.
Collecting little things with big heads.
Okay, I'm gonna be real, and this is gonna sound hypocritical because I do have a few Funkos. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit there and, you know, stick my nose completely up in the air about Funko Pops. I'm not gonna do that. I have a couple, but I find Funko Pops fucking stupid. I don't see the appeal. Oh, then again, I could also see it as like, well, it's kind of like the new Beanie Baby. Hey, Hollow, how you doing? But yeah, like I can sit here and see like Funkos being like the new, and I think they are kind of like the new Beanie Baby, where people just buy like these things in droves. Hey, Hollow, we're talking about Funko Pops.
Ah, very well.
So this one is the top 10 least attractive hobbies according to women.
Oh boy, where's Funko Pop at?
Number 5.
Oh boy, looks at Funko Pop collection. Haha, right on track.
Look, I can't sit here and throw like I would be living in a glass house if I didn't sit there and say like that's kind of cringe because I look at my apartment and I got Gundam models.
Like, it's funny because, like, I did stop collecting Funko Pops a long time ago, but recently, as of last year, there are 2 Funko Pops that I saw that are like, okay, those look kind of cool. I kind of want those.
Same.
But I haven't gotten them.
I'm not gonna lie. I have a few. I have a Jurassic Park T-Rex. I think I have the Arbiter. I have Spyro. I have 2 versions of the Green. I have 2 versions of the Green Ranger as Funko Pops.
They recently came out with a D&D dragon called Icing Death, which looks really cool. And then they came out with, for the Funko Pop game, they finally came out with like an Indominus Rex Funko. I'm like, oh.
I saw that. Also, goddamn, okay. So I've noticed it with like one of my friends' streams. There's been a lot of these uptick in like cheap viewer bots. Come to this site.
Yep.
Yeah, there seems to be
That's
like
been happening to me all day.
Yeah, like I don't know if it's just like the time of the year or what, but like these have been like popping up lately. I've been getting like maybe 2 or 3 a stream.
No, there's something funky going on.
Yeah,
Funky.
Yeah, Danny Bezos needs to get his shit together with this site.
Yeah.
That's gotta happen.
No.
All right, let's get back to this.
Heads is
Okay, that's a problem. Okay, that right there is a problem.
Hmm.
Hang on, let me share my screen with you. That way it's okay.
That is a wall.
That is okay. A collection's one thing. This is called a problem.
Yes.
There you go. I'm sharing my Discord with you. to me, it's like, okay, yeah, that's cool that you have like the largest Funko Pop collection, but also this is also what I call sad. Genuinely speaking, this is what I call sad.
Yeah.
This is called No Maidens, also called Touch Grass.
The number 5 least
Good
attractive thing that a man
Christ
can do
fucking
as a
mighty.
hobby, according to women. Surprised that it's above
Wait,
marijuana.
hold up. I want to see something. Was that a Kong Skull Island Funko Pop that they just briefly walked by?
Is the number
Right,
5
the
least
autism is
attractive
kicking
thing
in.
that a man can do as a hobby, according
Yep, there it is, right there.
Yep, I see it.
Oh shit. Okay.
Right
to
there.
women. Surprised that it's above.
Okay, I like how it's right. I like how it's right above marijuana.
Things with big
Hold up,
heads
I want to see that real
is
quick.
what is associated.
Okay, so that means this thing is like a lot more women can tolerate marijuana, clubbing, cigars, fucking crypto, and makeup.
It's above crypto.
I think, remember, this is the top 10 least attractive male hobbies according to women. So that means women are willing to put up with fucking crypto bros than fucking Funko Pops.
I mean, like, Funko Pops take up space, so I guess I can understand that.
But like crypto bros are so fucking obnoxious. Or like cigars. Like
That's just obnoxious.
okay, they're willing to put up with cigars over Funko Pops.
Yeah.
One is an addiction that takes up space. One is an addiction that kills your body.
Yes.
But my god, do you look badass smoking a Snooki.
Yeah.
With some shades.
With the other things that it suggests that you like. Funko suggests I like entertainment stuff so much that I have created an entirely new hobby just to show people who come to my house.
That sounds about right. That just tells me that you're a consumer. Like, you have been consumed by the consumerism.
How much I like that stuff.
Like, this is like, I have been
Well,
consumed by
I'm
the
not
entertainment
one to
industry.
judge. I could
Like,
see how a woman
Because of all
walking
the
into
Funko
your
Pops.
house and seeing your wall of Walter White dolls might be like, I don't know if I want this guy to be the dad of my kids. Dude, but like anything in moderation is totally reasonable. I have little toys hidden all over my house. So there's
I
like
do
Hot
too.
Wheels
It's
here.
called I have
There's a
vast
tiny little
collection of
Paul
Gundams
Walker
and
above a
Weights
door frame
and kaiju.
watching over us,
Kusatsu
blessing us.
stuff.
There's a Takume
I've been single for nearly 20
Fujiwara
years.
hidden somewhere. If you ever
I'm taking everything.
Oh no,
Don't let this happen to you. I'm excited to announce a special discount from our safest
Oh, no, it's
sponsor,
ads.
Simply Safe Home Security.
Simply
For a
Safe.
limited time, we
Simply
partnered with
Safe.
Simply
Oh my
Safe
God,
to
tell
bring
me
you an
more.
exclusive 60% discount on a new home security system.
The problem with old school systems is that they only trigger after someone breaks in, giving them time to grab valuables and get up to no good. But with Simply Safe
And
Active
yes,
Guard
no
outdoor
good.
protection,
Yes,
crime can
no
be stopped
good.
before it happens. Monitoring agents react in real time to suspicious individuals
I feel like
approaching your
having
home.
a
They can
collection
see and speak to them,
of
trigger
anything
alarms and spotlights,
kind of
or
normal.
even call the police
absolutely.
all before the break-in
Like,
happens.
it feels like it's just a human experience because it kind of just
And Simply
is.
Safe's AI tech
I feel like
can
a
identify
manifestation of
familiar faces,
ourselves.
So,
Like,
no annoying
it
false
is
alarms.
something that helps.
Active Guard integrates with
I
the
guess
full home
stand our
security
personality
system,
and our
including smart locks,
individualism.
sensors, and
Ism?
cameras.
Individual-
We're talking
I don't know, like basically
2 walls
kind of
of
is
protection
a
now,
mirror
baby.
of who we are, but based on the things we collect. It's like
Yeah, no, I completely agree. But like when you have like a Funko collection that takes up like literally your entire house, then it's like, okay, man.
yeah, no, like there's a difference between like a collection and then just a horde.
Yeah, then it's just like, okay, buddy, we need to have an intervention here.
Yeah,
Like, this is your intervention. We love you and we care about you.
yeah.
You can arm and disarm the system, view camera feeds, and
Also, I just want to sit here and say that this stream is sponsored by Advanced GG. Advanced GG is a energy supplement company that offers a lot of great tasty flavors, such as cotton candy and gummy worms, which are the two that I usually drink. I almost said eat, but you can't. I mean, like, you could eat them if you sprinkle them on some food, but I wouldn't recommend it. But they also have like shaker cups as well. And also, if you use my code GRARLGG10 at checkout, you get 10% off on all online purchases. You can use my command code, it is exclamation point GG, it'll take you directly to the website. Or you can use the panels below. That will also use my referral link that will take you directly to the website. Again, if you use GRARLGG10 at checkout, that's 10% off on all in-store purchases.
Completely control your system from
Yeah,
the
see,
app
I can plug it back
anytime,
too, bitch.
anywhere. SimpliSafe doesn't require any long-term contracts, and monitoring plans are affordable, starting at around
My
$1
soul's
a
even
day
out,
with
so
no
about
hidden
as subtle as a
fees. You
fucking
can install it
sledgehammer,
yourself,
but still.
or you can get it professionally installed.
It's something.
It was ranked in the best home security systems of 2024 by U.S. News and World Report and recognized for top customer service by Newsweek and USA Today. And
Which
speed
reminds me,
washers
when I
can
get my
get an
new house, I need to,
exclusive
like, figure out
discount
what
on
I
a
can do
new
with my
system.
Wi-Fi.
Save 60% on your SimpliSafe security systems when you sign up for a select professional monitoring plan and get your first month free. Visit simplysafe.com/speed to customize yours. There is no safe like SimpliSafe.
Safe
Number
wrong,
4.
I was gonna say safe. Oh,
Arguing online.
Arguing on.
that's
Yeah,
a
that's
hobby.
fair.
Again, dude.
Wait, hold up.
What are you into?
Hold up.
I like fighting online.
Professional trolls.
Look, as someone who fucks with people constantly, I can tell you it's not a hobby. It's not a lifestyle. I just like doing it. But also, if you sit there and say, "Well, that is your hobby," my brother.
That is a problem.
My brother in Christ, have you heard of this thing called grass?
Yeah, that is objectively a problem.
I just want to know, like, who just sits there and says, "Oh yes, this is my hobby. I like fighting and arguing online with a bunch of random jackasses."
Do some people just have to go back to grade school? Is that what this is?
And
It would really need to take you back to like kindergarten to be like, don't mind your business, leave people alone.
or if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all.
Yeah,
That's a thought too. But that's neither here or there. What do I know?
What? Anything. This is a big thing now. The debate thing. Tell them to debate.
Like, okay, I get it that, like, okay, there's a difference between, like, just having a debate, like a civilized debate, like, adults, and then just being an asshole. And just, there's also, like, what I do. There's fucking with people, and then they're just being a dick. You're just arguing just for the sake of being, arbitrary and just being a dick ass.
yeah.
Tell them to debate me. You would never debate me.
Debate
That
me,
is
bro.
the nerdiest
Debate
thing I've
me.
ever heard. And I did
Debate me.
speech and debate.
The only way to win is to
It could
debate
be
me.
argued that this is a synonym for Reddit. Again, I like Reddit. I think Reddit is one of the best platforms on the internet.
Oh, no.
The few bastions of what I think the internet should kind of look like
Oh,
is
God,
Reddit.
that is- oh,
But my
no,
hobby
my
is
eyes.
not
Ow.
arguing with other people on Reddit. I'm not jamming the things. It's
At least, looking at this, at least people can tolerate Funko Pops than arguing online.
Yep.
if
At
it's
least-
your
at least we
hobby.
can sleep
I
well
will
at night
admit
knowing
that I did argue with a few people when we uploaded our first few videos. I argued with a couple guys. I don't know if I argue with them. I just
Make me
That's how guys who argue online probably think too. It's like, I'm not arguing, I'm getting them. That's what a lawyer
I'm getting
does.
them, brah. I'm
I like
owning
arguing in
them,
person.
brah.
That's not a hobby though. That's a job. He's getting paid for
I'm
it,
owning
so it
the-
makes it
I'm
better.
owning the
Yeah, that
virgins, man.
seems like a number 4. It makes me really excited for 1
Why
through
would you
3.
want to own
All right,
versions?
number
It just sounds
3.
complicated. And 2 times
Poor.
Oh,
Oh.
corn.
Good.
Yeah, corn.
Tuning.
Wink,
Got it.
wink.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can.
Being poor?
Yeah, that's
Oh.
Sex addiction. Understood.
Jesse didn't want to write it.
That's
We might
a-
get demonetized
that's a
if we write
problem.
poor. Should I say corn? That's what they do on
Yeah,
TikTok.
corn.
All right,
Yeah.
corn. Dude, if that's your hobby, get help.
Yeah. Like, that kind of addiction can lead to some pretty detrimental stuff to you, and especially to your mental health too. Because that.
Yep.
Oh, excuse me. That's one of the very few times I've ever really burped on the stream. I'm starting to become uncivilized.
Eh.
I hang out with Kira P way too much.
Yeah, maybe.
I learned from my stepsis.
Gross.
I know. Nah, she's great. But no, like, if that is your hobby, if corn is your hobby, and that is like something you actually get your jollies to, as a hobby, get some help. Like, dead ass, get some help.
And if that is your hobby and just like right out of the gate, you're like, this is what I'm about. Kudos to you for bravery.
Kudos for being brave enough to admit that, but also I bet your arms are probably about as swole as Popeyes. But like, hey, I mean, let me ask you, how lonely is it on a Saturday night for you?
Yeah.
Better to just come out with it and admit stuff and be about it than to bury it. This one's real tricky, dude. This one's real tricky. It's your hobby.
Yeah.
I'm not a guy who's like, dude, don't goon. I'm too old for that. All right?
Don't goon,
Dude,
man.
as a hobby,
Don't
I
get
think
into
in
the
general,
goon.
if that's your hobby, I don't know if that's healthy. Number 3 least attractive hobby a guy can have is
I'm
any
curious
sort
to see
of.
what number 2 and number 1 are.
Number 2,
Gambling.
no.
How?
Yep.
Okay, I play Zenless. How cooked am I? how cooked am I? I mean, like, that's Gamba. I mean, granted.
Yeah, I guess. But, like, you're not getting any money. Like, you're not winning money. You're just losing money.
Are you winning, son? No.
There's no chance of you gaining money. It's just you losing. It's just...
That's also pretty true too.
Yeah.
Are you winning, son, with your Gamba? Wait, hold on. Then what about like opening like Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Pokemon cards and stuff like that? I mean, like, that's technically gambling too.
Yeah, that could be considered gambling.
My God, they started us young, man. They started us young. They get you hooked on the Gamba when you were young, with the Pokemans and the Yugamotos and the Digimans.
And the Yugamoto and the Yugamoto.
And the Yugamoto and your Digimons and your Pokemons and your Duel Masters. If anyone fucking remembers Duel Masters.
Oh God.
Yeah, chat. Here's the thing. Fun fact about Duel Masters. Apparently, it was made by the people who made Magic the Gathering as an entry point for kids to get into Magic the Gathering.
Yep.
I wish I was kidding, but no, I'm not kidding. That was an actual thing that happened.
Yeah, it was just a Magic the Gathering thing to get Magic the Gathering into Japan.
It didn't really work, but kind of, because I know they tried to make a resurgence. Like, I want to say like a few years ago. Like, it was recent. Like, it was like relatively recent that they tried to bring it back, but it didn't really work out that well.
Oof.
I will say that the artwork are pretty.
Yeah.
The artwork's pretty, I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's the thing about Magic the Gathering is that I'm not a Magic fan. Never have been. I poked my head out when they mentioned, oh hey, they have Godzilla. I'm like, oh. And they're like, oh hey, they have dinosaurs. Oh. But also the consultant is Jack Horner. Oh. No, for those who don't know, Jack Horner's a fucking hack.
Yeah.
He's a groomer and he's a hack. So, with that being said, I refuse to buy the dinosaur cards for Magic the Gathering because I know who worked on it.
Surprise here. This is one of the ones that
And also, they censored Space Godzilla's attack.
Yeah, that was kind of goofy.
Yeah, because it's called the Corona Beam, but it also because it's, from his crown. That's literally where the name comes from.
Yeah.
So, but again, that's also because it's horrible timing as well, because that came out like right around the tail end during COVID. So it's like, ooh, I can see why, but also it's like, come on now.
I saw when we first found this list, and I asked Riley if it was accurate, and she was like, well, it depends if you win. I'm just trying to put myself in the head of people who took the survey, and I think, oh yeah, that would be unattractive for a guy to just be like, oh,
yeah,
babe, let me hold $4,000. Let me hold another $4K, babe. Like, let me hold another 4K, dude. I can
this
totally
is why
see
I'm
as a
single. I can't
potential
keep
partner, if
buying
you're
my-
looking
I can't
to
keep
have a
my money in
life
my
with
pocket.
someone, to build
lost
an
4
empire
grand.
together, I could totally see how gambling is
gacha,
a,
the
a
anime
hobby
booba.
that puts that at risk. Like, it's going to take a lot of Funkos to lose the house. You know what I mean?
Like, babe,
gambling, you could.
Like, babe, you gotta understand. I dropped $200 in Zenless to roll for what's the fucking cat girl's name? I think it's Felicia or something like that.
I guess.
I can't remember. But, like, look, babe, I know I blew $200 in Zenless Zone 0 to roll for a cat girl with ginormous knockers. I get it. Can I please have $400 more? I swear to God, I'm going to pay off my bills. Why are you looking at me like, what do you mean I gotta sit on the couch tonight? What do you mean I have to sit outside?
Do it in a hand. You could put it all on black and be like, yep, well, hey, remember how we've been working towards a future? Yeah, we're not doing that no more. But
Yeah, nope.
if you let me hold 4K, I think I can get it back. And then some. Not surprising. All right. We are now at the number one
Let's go gambling. Oh,
least
dang it. Oh,
attractive
dang it.
hobby that a man can have according to women.
Is it
I really don't.
Is it gunpla collection? Is it VTubing? Is the number one least favorite hobby VTubing?
It's probably something a bit more common than that. I think it's.
Yeah, it's VTubing, right? I mean, like, look at us. We're all sweaty. You know, we're all sweaty troglodytes who blew money on VTubing. That's so unattractive. Ew, gross. Who wants to be a VTuber anyways? Who wants to be a VTuber? Says the dinosaur VTuber.
Oh, side eyes.
That's splitting hairs.
Have any idea what it is? Heroin? Get a little
Uh-oh.
sip of coffee. I hope it's not caffeine. The number one least attractive hobby that a man can have, according to women, is manosphere.
What the fuck is a manosphere?
Oh no. Okay, girl, sit. You're gonna want to. Actually, hold on. I'll kind of explain it in just a second.
What the fuck is a manosphere?
Okay. So
Is that like, guys?
manosphere is effectively a bunch of really scummy people who took advantage of a few generations of young men who were, I would say, disenfranchised, because what is man? What does it mean to be masculine?
So
And then toxic masculinity basically became a huge thing, and all these guys are basically explaining what you as a born male should be like, or how you should be behaving in the world.
So they're just a bunch of assholes.
Yes.
Ew. I don't like that.
Yeah, basically, so these people basically kind of scammed the shit out of a bunch of young people who were vulnerable to all sorts of money schemes to, like, buy their courses, buy their products of stuff, and you too will become a super cool, like, jacked, intelligent, rich man or whatever.
That sounds like a multi-level marketing scheme.
It is.
Sounds like snake oil.
And
It's
it's
on the
just a
internet.
bunch of
Stop
people trying
standing
to.
like-
Yeah, this.
Like a
This-
nerd?
Don't be
watch
a
the show.
balance.
Wait, hold on, what the fuck did that just say?
Guys on the internet.
Stop standing like a nerd.
How do you stand like a nerd? Wait, are these the fucking people that are like, oh, you gotta be an alpha wolf?
Yes.
So it's just a bunch of incels.
Yes.
Don't be a balanced broke. When you live life changing your
So what I'm taking is it's just a bunch of, like, attractive men that act like a bunch of incels.
I don't know about attractive, but they're definitely men who are just psychos.
Yeah, these people I don't want to be around. Fuck these guys.
Nope.
I mean, what do I have to say about this? 98% of our audience is male, and a lot of them are young men. And I do acknowledge that there are specific challenges and hardships that young men have to deal with, and I don't know if they are currently given the amount of attention that I think they should. But like, I think that like this just preys on that fact.
I mean, we all know what
sort of
what
a
is a man.
perverse,
It's a
nerdy
pile of
way of handling that stuff. So I don't know. One of the reasons we started this channel, and more I want to like have those conversations with you guys and help you navigate some of those things.
This kind of conversations like
in ways that like I either did or didn't have people to help me navigate those things when I was younger. So yeah, luckily they are.
Basically, men, it's gonna be okay. Just don't be a dick.
Yeah, effectively, what it is just these absolute sociopathic lunatics are taking advantage of a generation of young men who feel basically disenfranchised, disconnected, and basically like shit because, well, you are a man and men are the problem, period. It is an age of, you know, of progressive and feminism, which of course you could imagine is attracting a lot of people on the right, and because the right is now talking to young men are no longer being... It's a weird social and political issue that these guys are basically tricking...
So basically, they're just a bunch of dicks who try to trick vulnerable young men.
Yeah, and they're tricking them into their money, but also are warping their mind and their ideas, and eventually they are going to kind of screw over another generation of people who are going to need to really reevaluate how they think things, because it's not going to work.
Yeah, because that's going to fuck their way of... It's basically what it sounds like is that's going to fuck how they're going to view the world, and just not just like view like, you know, like women, but like other dudes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Because that's not good.
It's to basically disrespect, belittle, and you prove that you are the toughest, the strongest, the most Chad. You are the leader.
Yeah, which is
they will
bullshit.
do what you say, and I'm like, mm-mm.
Yeah, it's like here's the thing, and I won't go into like political stuff like that, but like being a man doesn't mean to be tough. I mean, yes, there's some merit to that, but also there's other ways of going about it as well. And the quote unquote path to manhood varies from guy to guy, and it depends on like their environments and circumstances and how they want to overcome it, basically. And if you want to be a dick like this, then yeah, I want nothing to do with you. Does that sound right?
I am sorry. I had to disassociate because I had to look at something kind of important.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. No, I was just saying like mileage, TLDR mileage may vary for every guy.
Yes.
Are attracted to some stuff.
There's no real quote unquote correct way of manhood.
No.
So, huh, guys?
We
are here, guys. There is hope. Now, I'm not just telling you what's wrong with you. I'm giving you some stuff that might attract the opposite sex. All right. Number 5. Most attractive hobby a man can have, according to women, is woodworking. Dude,
Wait,
this
what?
is like... Again, everyone was
niche.
given a list, and they had to be like,
It is
okay, yeah,
niche,
that would
dude.
be attractive if someone did that.
I mean, granted, woodworking is kind of cool. I mean, around where I live, I've seen some people turn like destroyed tree stumps and turn them into like bald eagles, like perched on like a log.
It's because woodworking is, I would argue, one of the original hobbies that you can turn into an occupation. Because like you wanted to grab, what can I can make something out of this wood. I see something that I could, sculpt and make, and eventually it's like, oh yeah, I can just make a chair.
Yeah, I mean,
table.
like here's the thing, dudes like making things.
Yeah, it is kind of an innate part of our, I would just argue, just like our ape sapien DNA of just
our monkey brain.
Yeah, of like finding method around of like, but if I can make a thing, if I can't find it, I will make it.
Or it's like I got tool, I got image in head, I feel artsy, I want to make it. I want to make things. Also, let's see here. I literally have a dresser slash bookshelf slash desk combo made out of wood by my grandfather that's sitting in my room right now. That's really fucking cool.
So like things like that, like hell, like when I was very little, I think when I was like 6 or something, or like 7, like my brother and I were kind of growing out of our like basically a child toddler bed, and he's like, okay, I gotta think long term. I gotta realize that my kids are gonna need like beds until they're like past high school. So I think he and some of his brothers like just woodworked bed frames, and then those bed frames honestly lasted almost 28 years.
You're like, they need like a big boy, like
desk. Like okay, my kids are growing quick, and I need a long term thing for them. So like, boom.
Also a bunk bed. Oh, sorry.
No, basically, I had like wooden bed frames that lasted my brother and me for like over 25 years.
That's pretty fucking sick.
Yep.
Also a bunk bed that is now separated into 2 beds in their respective room. Me and my brother, also made by him. That's really fucking cool. And I've kind of contemplated about like making my own bed or just like my own desk and like my own like little cabinet for like all my stuff as well. Like dudes just want to build and create things.
Yep.
All right, let's see here.
Like, of course, woodwork, like working.
Oh, by the way, Hollow, I don't know if you were here for like the model kit overview, but like the Genosaur, the RMZ Genosaur is coming out today.
With wood, a super attractive thing. Nick Offerman,
I just found that
woodworks.
out.
Number 4, cooking.
Okay, I can
totally
see
get
that.
this.
Okay,
It's a
I can get that.
I mean, yeah, like again, these are just useful life skills.
Yeah, no, but like here's the thing, like I know a lot of guys who don't know how to cook.
Yes.
There are some people that don't know how to cook, and I've seen a couple of VTubers who make cursed food stuff because they don't know how to cook.
Yeah.
But no, like women genuinely like a guy that likes to cook. Like I have, some experience with like trying to go out into the dating market, but like a lot of the times they're like, oh yeah, I like a guy that cooks, and it checks out. Like that, because let me ask you, what's more romantic, going to like a restaurant or like your significant other like, making the food? You're watching them make the food right then and there. Specialized for you.
Bro, yeah, the whatchamacallit, making the food, yeah.
Yeah. Like it means more.
Attractive to be able to feed your mate, to feed a potential family. Dude, cooking is so attractive. I just read 2 Anthony Bourdain books, and I was thinking, Anthony Bourdain is so.
Oh, and I will say this though, as like a military, as a military man, military chefs get snatched up super quick once they get out. Like,
oh yeah, it's
insane.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah, like there's this guy I watch. His name is Chef Rush.
Mm-hmm.
Mountain of a man. Like this dude has like a fucking like.
Isn't that like the super like jacked biceps?
Yeah, he's like a super jacked black guy. Like he has like 2 like whiskey barrels for a chest.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure he was like the head chef for like Obama. The White House under Barack Obama's administration. So like I know him. Yeah,
yeah, he was an army chef.
Yeah,
yeah, and they get trained on how to prepare like banquets and feasts for delegates, military commanders and stuff. Like it's not just like shove like a bag and like, oh hi Katsuna, how you doing? But yeah, so I'm getting off topic, but yeah, military chefs, like it is an amazing skill to have, and I wish I was a military chef.
Oh no, the bear. Oh, girls love the bear. We're all buying expensive white T-shirts because of this guy, Matty Matheson. Not a traditionally attractive man.
I've seen this man because of
got
Kira.
zaddy status because the Mohawk knows how to cook.
I only know him because of an ad he
if
did.
anything, I'm surprised it's at number 4. Makes me salivate.
I think it was like for HelloFresh, I think, or something. It was just something about like an online delivery service where you can get new ingredients, and it's like, all right, let's prep the meat. Oh, I have no meat. Okay, let's get the ingredients first. He just pulls up an app and just starts looking for stuff. I'm like, oh, okay, that's a neat thing.
I've actually had like a couple of like HelloFresh sponsors. I've never picked them up, but they've always.
I have not either.
Well, because like they've been like popping up a lot in like whenever I open up like Stream Elements.
Yeah.
Like they'll pop up every once in a while.
The most attractive hobby, according to women, playing instruments.
Okay, yeah.
My jealousy's bubbling up a little bit.
yeah,
I
no,
think
that's-
this is a best case
that's
scenario,
obvious.
worst
'Cause it's
case
an art.
scenario. And quite honestly, I'm surprised
It is an
that
art
cooking
form.
is not above playing instruments. I think when
But
someone
it's
sees,
close to like
playing an
singing,
instrument, they're
serenading.
thinking John Mayer. They're thinking
Yeah,
this
but-
guy's gonna
you
doodle
can
on
play,
a
like,
guitar. He's
like-
gonna Dominic Fike me
like
a
maybe,
song
like, a
like I'm in
guitar
Euphoria or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
But guess what
violin
else is an
or
instrument?
flute.
The
Which is why you had those weird,
Guess what else is
those
an
silly
instrument?
dudes
The
at school
tuba.
like with the guitar.
I'm not saying those are unattractive instruments to play, but a guy who's good at guitar, 100% attractive. A guy who's bad at the violin, maybe not. Being bad at an instrument quickly goes from being
I can play the
very
drums.
cool to being annoying and douchey.
I used to play
Number
the
2,
piano.
foreign languages.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, the thrill of the
boys.
hobby.
True.
I'm in.
And I think we're getting
How
into
many
like
languages do you know?
Twilight novel.
I am fluent in Spanish.
Ooh.
I know like maybe 5 phrases in Japanese.
Sprechen Sie Deutsch?
No, I do not speak Dutch.
That-
Uh,
I literally just said like, do you speak German?
I had a feeling that's what you said. I was like,
Yeah. So
I know you said something about talking in German, but like no,
Yeah, because like in German, they don't say German; they say Deutsch.
Deutsch. Yeah.
Deutschland.
Mhm.
Yes. I can speak. So I can speak a little bit of Latin. I can speak because I love trolling people in Latin because people are so fucking confused. I actually have a funny story, and I've told Momo about this. Is that do you know Tommy the Bull?
No.
The one like cow / bull VTuber that Momo likes to pester all the time.
No, but that sounds like something she would do.
So I gave him a gifted sub to Emo Sub. And I gave him like some bits, and I said like, here is a fun Latin word. It means good fortune. And it will bring you great, it'll lift up your spirits. Just say Emo Sub. And he goes, Emo Sub, thank you. And I'm like, I told
That
him,
is not what it means.
no, you wouldn't.
What does it mean, bro?
It means I'm a bottom.
God damn it.
I got him to say I'm a bottom.
You are the worst.
I'm such an asshole. And then Momo had to ruin the fun because she said in his chat, she's like, you don't want to know what emo sum means? He's like, sure, Momo, what does it mean? And she just types in, it means I'm a bottom. And then you could just hear like a record scratch moment. He's just like, you motherfucker.
Him.
I'm like, I got you to admit emo sub several times, you
We have to guess
motherfucker.
Please.
Womp
Also, Raven Dramatic, thank you for becoming a part guest. So I can speak a little bit of Latin. I can understand and speak a uber tiny amount of German from my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
And I can speak and understand a little bit of Japanese.
Oh.
And then we got Skeletor for 5 minutes.
Skeletor.
Arena
Skeletor,
of
yo,
women
bubbling
imagining
boom.
men that don't exist. This is the first one that I'm like, all right, okay, you're getting fooled. If some guy's
You're
like,
getting
oh
fooled.
yeah, like my hobby is learning foreign languages, he's trying to appear like he is something that he probably
Well,
is
hey there,
not.
sexy.
Sorry,
I know
ladies,
at
that
least
guy does
5
not
different
exist.
languages.
Unless you're Jauma NYC, you're probably lying.
Here, I will join you in funny voice.
Guys, we've made it.
Wait,
We went through all of the
See,
non-attractive
if you had to choose one meal for the rest of your life, or your life, what would it be? I would say, honestly, I cannot say no to a good schnitzel.
Rada rada.
Especially if it is Oma Rex's homemade schnitzel. I cannot say no to that. Especially when you got the spätzle and the red cabbage. Oh my god, it is actually fucking delicious. And also teriyaki chicken.
It sounds like quite the delectable feast.
Do you know what spätzle is?
No, I don't know. I know it's a plate, but I don't know what it is.
So schnitzel is basically schnitzel is pretty much just like it's a pork chop, but it's like cooked in like breadcrumbs. Yeah, it's like bready chicken. But you could also do like chicken schnitzel. You could do beef schnitzel. You could do pork schnitzel. Personally, I like the pork schnitzel just because that's what Oma Rex makes. And also spätzle is, if I remember correctly, spätzle is, I want to say it is potato or egg noodles.
Oh,
very good. Especially when you pair it with a red cabbage. Oh my god, it's so good.
That sounds delicious.
We've gone through a bunch of the
what food would you want to eat for the rest of your life?
Fuck, that's a good question. Oh, no, I know. I don't know which Latin country this is from. I think it's Argentinian.
Okay.
Empanadas.
Oh, empanadas. This is really
So it's a very specific ones that I think is Argentinian because basically it is instead of like a sugary dough with like some kind of caramel thing inside, it is a more of like a fluffy savory dough that with ground beef or shredded beef, potatoes, and then there's some that have beans, some that have like cheeses and chicken in it.
Actually sounds really good. I'm not gonna lie.
It's really good. It is one of my favorite dishes that my mom has ever made for me. Period.
Rama really says like beef empanadas.
Yes, beef empanadas because there's some that, like I said, have ground beef or like shredded beef and like other potatoes and stuff. It's good.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I've never really had a good empanada in my life. Wait, hold on.
I would say I would make some for you, but at the same time, I don't know how to make them.
Wait, hold up. Okay, hang on. I need to set the time. I forgot to set the timer. Hang on. Let me see here.
I'm pretty sure we are past 5 minutes. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, we are? Okay. Okay.
Attractive ones, we finally reached the number one most attractive hobby a man can have according to women. If you do this, you're probably doing okay, gentlemen. And if you don't do it, maybe you should pick it up. Number one most attractive hobby that a man can have according to women is looking on Facebook Marketplace at old Japanese cars.
Wait. Looking on Facebook Marketplace at old Japanese cars that are broken and sending them to your friends, and then looking at old car parts that fit your car and doing a total fantasy build of this car that you have no mention of buying.
Yep.
Look, I mean, that is a pretty attractive hobby. But we know it's a joke.
That are broken. All right, for real though, the number one most attractive hobby that a man can have, according to women, is reading.
Oh my god, guys, we're in. We're in, guys. We're in. If you can read, if you can read, and if you can read Dr. fucking Seuss, you are in.
Okay.
Have you ever wowed a woman with Dr. Have you ever wowed a woman by reading Dr. fucking Seuss?
No, but I have, like, I guess made my nephew giggle when I was reading him a Dr. Seuss book.
Well, I mean, like, if you can make little kids laugh, then you're doing something right, because women like that, I don't know. I wouldn't know.
I guess.
I really want to try to get back to my Celtic culture because the food sounds... Ooh, that actually sounds pretty nice. I need to look up, like, Celtic food. All right, guys. I'm gonna go to the club. I'm gonna go to the club, and I'm gonna find some maidens. I'm gonna find some nice maidens.
Don't call them that.
I'm gonna find some nice maidens, and then I'm going to whip out green eggs and ham.
You're just gonna go into the club and just whip out green eggs and ham on the dance floor.
Yes. Watch as I come home with like 5 women. It's like, look, women like reading. It's the most attractive hobby that a man can do. And I read them green eggs and ham like a motherfucker.
Alright. You know what? You do you. You pop off.
No, even better. No, forget your green eggs and ham. I'ma read them the phone book, baby.
Oh no.
Yeah, now Winnie the Pooh, and you'll get like, no, that's too much, man. That's too much. You can't. That's too much power.
It's too much power.
Just casually steal a mic from the DJ and see how many people. Yeah. Just be like, it's like, okay, Domino's Pizza, 8675309. Hooters, 12345. Hooters on 3rd Street. Just watch. I'm gonna come up with like 20 women. I'm gonna have a harem and I wouldn't know what to do because I read them the phone book. And people are gonna be like, oh, Grar, what's your secret? I read them the phone book, baby.
Christ.
Dude, this one's free.
We're
You ever
set.
heard of a library? This one's awesome. This one's
Guys, if you can read what's on the board, you're already on the right track.
easy. Easier than woodworking. Definitely easier than cooking. Cooking's a good one, though. Playing instrument, definitely easier than playing it. We can all do it. We just got to do it. Should I start sharing books that I'm reading with you guys? You guys want to start a book club? Should we do that?
Guys,
should
you
we
wanna
start a
book
Discord?
club?
Are we becoming best friends right now? Dudes, if you can prove to me that you read 16 books by my birthday, March 19th, I will buy you a pizza. I'll do it.
All right, guys, let's do it. We gotta read 16 books. I've already read 16 books. They're all H.P. Lovecraft books. They're all depressing as shit, by the way.
Dude, I'll figure it out.
Huh?
So I'm just like thinking about it. Have I read 16 books?
I have.
I must have.
Again, granted, they're all the works of H.P. Lovecraft, but hey, it's the thought that counts.
I'm just thinking of like just all my time in grade school being forced to read things. I'm like, okay.
It's like I don't give a shit, man. And also we're gonna be yucking it up in levity because like the next subject is gonna be Depresso Espresso because we're gonna be going over the Warhammer 40k stuff.
Oh.
We're gonna be talking about the worst jobs in the Imperium.
Oh no.
We're gonna have fun.
Oh, guys, let's get hotter together, dude. Let's make.
Hey, boys, let's all get hotter together.
Christ.
The boys smarter. We're bettering ourselves together. I'm surprised exercise didn't make the list, but
I'm actually quite surprised about that too. I'm actually quite surprised working out was not on here.
I encourage you to do that too. I've been running lately and I love it. Read.
Okay, so that was the most attractive hobbies according to women. And honestly, it makes me feel so much better about my self-esteem because, my God, I may be dumb as a box of fucking rocks, and I can't do wood cutting or anything of this magnitude. But my God, can I read green eggs and ham like a motherfucker? Boys, we're in. We're in, boys.
It's funny to me how, like, the most attractive thing is effectively, do you have basic education?
Hey, look, some women find basic education hot.
I'm just saying, it just feels like an incredibly low bar.
Incredibly low bar? Or maybe it's an incredibly high bar because not a lot of men can read. I mean... Okay, honestly, honestly, I feel like because we're VTubers, we're already kind of fucked because VTubers can't read. We also can't.
Yeah, well, there is the illiteracy debuff is hard.
Yeah, I mean, like, what? It's like Superman with the glasses. You take off the glasses, you're suddenly smart, but as soon as you put on the VTuber model, my God, are you dumb? My God, the intelligence debuff went down. Okay, we're good. We're good. Because right now we're about to enter some dark territory. We're about to watch the Imperium's 10 worst jobs as part of our Warhammer 40k lore watch-alongs.
Alright, I need to hop out of here because I gotta piece together a whole new PC and stuff. So I will see you guys later.
Alright, bye, Hollow.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Alright, chat. Are we ready? Are we ready to watch some Warhammer 40k videos? Are we ready? Are we ready to watch 40k in the name of the God Emperor? Alright. So, this one is called the Imperium's Top 10 Worst Jobs. So, 3, 2, 1. Wait. Hold on. There we go. So, 3, 2, 1, go. My Luton. In the grim darkness of the far future, there is only war. Is it too loud? Oop. Ah! There we go.
When we look at the lives of those serving the Imperium, we must also understand that it is assumed that all of their service is at the behest and honor of serving the Emperor of Man and the Imperium
Yeah, we're about
itself.
to get into some dark,
While the
dark
official
stuff.
line from the Administratum would be that to give yourself in whatever means are required for the betterment of the Imperium is a noble cause, just and above all else a required task, it's worth remembering that these people are still humans serving in the Imperium, not superhuman Astartes or fanatical religious zealots, not cultish machine worshippers or drug-crazed hive gang members, just your average person trying to stay alive and do the best that they can. Now, while undoubtedly citizens of the Imperium know that they give to a greater cause and are
Yeah, because what we went over the last always been curious about where the so the hammer in Warhammer comes from so Warhammer 40k came from a spin-off of Warhammer, where Warhammer, now known as Warhammer Fantasy, as the name suggests, it's a sword and sorcery classic knight in shiny armor kind of fantasy style universe, right? So that's kind of where the Warhammer came from. At least from what I'm kind of comprehending, right? So at least to what I'm understanding. So that's probably where it came from.
indoctrinated from birth into the imperial truth, at the same time you can't escape the harsh realities of some of the worst jobs imaginable for those poor saps who end up designated with such a plight in the grim darkness of the 41st millennium. Also, I think a short disclaimer is in order. By our standards, most jobs in the Imperium are often not really what you would quantify as jobs. You might simply be compelled by your seniors toward a role that then becomes your lot in life. There's really no true unified or standardized currency system within the Imperium itself either. To do so would be challenging, if not...
Yeah, so basically, so with quote-unquote jobs in the Imperium is that what it is that is your life. That is literally like your entire lot in life. And basically it's not even that, but it's more of like your entire generation basically just relegated to like that job that you will toil away for all eternity. It's kind of just basically hell. It's basically what it is. It's just hell. And as we've learned from like previous lore videos, is that in the Imperium of Man, you are literally just a cog. You are literally just a cog in the machine. And they do not give a flying shit about you.
Impossible given the distant scale and general instability of the Imperium as a whole. While hive cities, for example, may use credits within them, or other planets operate on a more basic bartering system, some even using coinage. There's also the throne gelt, which is likely as close to being a universal payment as exists, and this is often used by, say, rogue traders and inquisitors who are traveling between systems. Overall, though, there's no unified economic system. It's all based on tithes and requirements for the Imperium's needs. It's all fairly inconsistent. While some jobs are paid and unpaid, it's often unlikely that you're going to have a literal choice in what your assigned lot in life.
How's the audio, by the
People
way?
aren't
Does
gonna
it
be
sound
going out
good?
to school and then choosing a vocation, although obviously for some jobs, some roles, some level of moderate education is required so that you can best interact with the materials and data slates that you're having to handle. But
The best, so it's kind of like with medieval times, in a weird, fucked up sense of way. Was echoey before, now it's a lot better. Okay, good. Yeah, so it's kind of like medieval times where your basic education just kind of just was relegated to your kind of field of labor, basically. So you'll learn how to use a data slate and learn all the ins and outs of that. Basically, you learn you learn enough just to make your job work, essentially.
You as an individual are an unimportant speck in the grand scheme of the Imperium, and you will do what is required of you, because that is your reality. Moreover, most of the Imperium trades in commodities. This can be raw materials, military hardware, and very often humans. So more than likely you are an asset and will be utilized however the Imperium sees it. The best way to visualize currency in the Imperium is that it's all system specific for the most part. And within a hive, for one, you are likely never going to leave, and so its credit system would be very specific to that location. There's no need
Just
for it
kind
to
of like
exist
how
outside of that. Think of it like
so it's also kind of like how, like, if you're on a void ship or just like a spaceship, basically, where if you were the unfortunate bastard that got lumped into like a void ship, right? You would basically live maybe even like 5 to hell, maybe even 10 to 20 generations on that one particular ship, where your father, or it's like your father, your father's father, your father's father's father, and you can go back all the way to where they were working alongside the Emperor on that one particular ship, doing that one particular task. Just imagine just how depressing that is. Welcome to the Imperium of Man.
company money. You get paid by the person you're working for, who then also happens to simultaneously produce all of your other requirements. So you then are being paid by and paying back into that same company. It's a good way to basically regulate what the citizenry are using and ensure that everybody gets their fair or perhaps basic requirement share of things.
Yeah, it's...
Now you think you've got a worse 40k job in mind? Well, throw it down in the comments and maybe I'll include it in part 2 of this if I do a follow-up.
I've
If you
seen a
guys
lot of
enjoy
these,
this
so
and we open it up to even
these are
some
fun
more
to
loose
watch.
speculation for different parameters and different aspects of Warhammer 40,000, this could become an ongoing accompanying series. So now, in no actual order of horror, to begin with, servitors. Now, for reasons
Here we
won't
go.
get into
We know
here,
about
within
these
the
guys.
Imperium, any advanced state of artificial intelligence is aggressively outlawed. So instead, the ever-ingenious humanity of the future has found a fantastic solution to get around this problem, because we are, after all, always such great problem solvers. The solution? Well, as is always the case, there is a plentiful supply of human plebs, criminals, and general undesirables. So how about we part lobotomize them, hopefully they get the gift of being mind-wiped, and then...
Now, see, here's the other thing about Warhammer 40k. Is that, while, yes, AI is not... So AI is kind of considered heresy, right? So... they don't even, to the point where they don't even call AI what the actual acronym stands for. So AI stands for artificial intelligence. But by the time of the Imperium of Man, after the Dark Age of Technology and the Age of Strife, basically AI kind of got warped into what is known as abominable intelligence. Now, a lot of people have speculated that these so-called machine spirits that are in, machinery or technology is considered to be AI. It's kind of up in the air. because every piece of machinery, according to the tech priest of the Adeptus Mechanicus, all believe have like some form of a machine spirit. It just depends on the level of machine spirit. They will, in order for a space marine to use a bolter, for example, right? So if a space marine uses a bolter, so the tech priest will bless that bolter to appease the machine spirit within it, or say their chain sword, which is literally what it kind of sounds like. It is a sword mixed with a chainsaw. And in order for a space marine or hell an imperial guardsman, because space marine aren't the only people who can wield those things, tech priests have to bless it with sacred oils and chant binary. It's a whole process. Hell, even just donning and creating the ceramite armor for a space marine also requires a lot of tech priests, because it houses a so-called machine spirit, basically. However, there are now the caveat is that, hi twins, how you doing? Sounds like Prometheus shit. Kind of. So there is another thing as well. So in Warhammer 40k, there are robots. Like, there are legit robots. Now, there are also AI in 40k, which kind of blurs the line even more. So what it is that there are robots that are used by the Adeptus Mechanicus. I can't remember what their names are because I'm not. My knowledge of the Adeptus Mechanicus isn't that well versed. But I also know that there are things called the Men of Iron, and the Men of Iron are robots. They are robots from the Dark Age of technology with artificial intelligence. And they are both highly sought after and highly feared by Imperium citizens, because the tech priests of the Adeptus Mechanicus think that they can control them because, well, they kind of think that there's a machine spirit inside of them. There is actually a story where a bunch of tech priests find a Man of Iron, and they try to bring it to heel by kind of like doing what a priest does with a demon. And to kind of summarize it, the Man of Iron said, like, I have seen, he was basically saying there is no God. There is no machine God. You have been lied to. And he properly killed them. Thank you for the posture check. Because we'll go over that whole stuff later, because there involves like a shard of a Catan, the Void Dragon, a bunch of other stuff. But yeah, so there is so Servitors, basically TLDR, is a workaround of AI, even that there are technically AI roaming around in Warhammer 40k. Again, like TLDR.
And then fuse what's left of their still living but now eviscerated carcasses into a somewhat functional cyborg. It's not really AI and it's not really human. Problem solved, everybody's happy.
So with Servitors, as we went over, but if you weren't here for that, so Servitors are the answer to AI. So what they are is that these are lobotomized cyborgs that are programmed to basically do any and every like task, either too great of a normal man or too small. And a lot of the times these are penalized citizens of the Imperium, so criminals. Now, what they'll also do is that they will install all these cybernetic augmentations on these unfortunate people while they are still very much conscious. So yes, there are. So what they'll do is that they will inject them with chems, stems and chems and stuff like that to keep them awake while they are hacking off their arms, and then replace it with a robotic arm or like a robotic claw arm that is far too big for their body to hold. And to counter that, they'll install like back braces of like metal, like a metal ribbed back brace, just so that way they can hold up their new arm. It's brutal. And then sometimes these servitors will kind of remember what they were and what they are. A lot of the times they are left in a lobotomized stoop, but sometimes they will remember who they were. And a lot of the times they will do this and they are trapped within their bodies and they actually go completely insane because they are not in control of their bodies anymore. And it's basically like you're trapped inside of your own house with the lights off, except for one small room in your house. That's kind of what it's like. And if a servitor glitches or malfunctions in any form or kind of gains sentience again, they're either killed on sight or the Adeptus Mechanicus makes them disappear and they are replaced with a fully lobotomized servitor to repeat the process again. Like I said, we're going to enter some dark territory.
Except likely the unwilling participants of becoming a servitor. Servitors are a vital part of the Imperium, carrying out tasks too dangerous or too enduring for humans to want to take on the role. Although if no servitor were available and push comes to shove, you know that somebody's going to have to install that hyper-dangerous fuel system, and it's not going to be any officer types.
Correct.
While servitors are questionably necessary, they are a sad and incredibly depressing portrait of the dark future. And it's very questionable, given the fairly immoral state of humanity in the 41st millennium, just how well lobotomized these individuals are if they're not mind-wiped. Servitors, while carrying out their instructed functions,
assuming
is left to
disappear
their own
research-
devices.
No, so disappear means like they're dead. They are decommissioned. They are destroyed. They're killed, or they are reprogrammed.
Have been seen to become confused and disorientated,
And given to another
sometimes
person.
found in a lost corner
they
of a
just
starship
disappear.
or missing in the maze of a hive city, babbling to themselves with a sea of incomprehensible speech, with perhaps some scant details of their former selves and former lives, perhaps trying to formulate some cognition or sense of who they were before. Worse
Yeah.
still, we hear stories
It's
of
a horrible
people who
existence.
undergo surgery appearing to be under anesthetic, but are in fact just paralyzed and fully conscious. So it broaches the possibility that some or even many servitors are actually fully aware of the lives they are living and with full awareness and memory of even their former lives, but
And
who
they're
then
just stuck in
simply
their
lack the
bodies.
ability to speak or even control their own bodies,
It's kind of like saying like I have no mouth and I must scream.
trapped in a silent, monotonous and potentially unending agony in the prisons they have been physically melded into. One of probably the most common and unpleasant tasks to partake in within the Imperium would be working in its vast factories. Now, planets
Yeah.
with hive cities will usually be spattered
Kind of like
with important
so
resources,
picture like turn of the
and their
century like
factories will then churn
manufactories
out
or
any number of
manufacturers,
processed materials
but
necessary
worse.
for the functioning of their hive and or required by order of the Imperium off-world. The administrators and governors will not care how these orders are fulfilled, only that they are completed on time as required. This subsequently means the conditions for workers are just about as awful as you could imagine. Toxic, acrid air, long 20-hour shifts, token pay, and squalid, cramped living conditions.
Yeah, just imagine that. Just imagine like turn of the century like factories, but cranked up to like 50. And and also chat, just imagine that, right? Just imagine that you are working a 20-hour shift and you get literally paid pennies. And if you don't like it, then you're gone. Or you're fired and good luck. Because sometimes they will just work a person to death, roll the body over, or let the corpse guild get a hold of him and turn you into corpse starch. Isn't this fun?
Still, for most people at this level of society, it's probably the best they could hope for. Upward mobility is not a thing, and the only other options being to slip into vagrancy and an underhive of horrors. Even then, this is a class of citizen who no one will blink an eye if somebody goes missing for whatever horrible reason.
much.
And still grind.
Like you are basically they treat you like a literal gear in a machine. That is your fate. And remember, these are like generational too. So like your father, your father's father, your father's father's father, all working in one factory. Sometimes never even seeing the sunlight, depending on like how deep you are in the, how deep you are in the hive city.
Finding day after day in a factory of hot, dangerous, and likely condemning you to a slow, agonizing death as your body is ravaged by fulfilling your work quota, coupled with the slow poisoning it receives every day, is hardly an appealing alternative.
Because you're breathing in like
but it's the
smog,
best that many can hope for.
gases,
An Imperial
fumes.
Guardsman. Now, while a Guardsman is obviously an honourable and respected role for those in the Imperium, because frankly anybody forced to face down a 40-foot-high lumbering alien killing machine who will in all likelihood either cleave you in two, strip the skin from your body, leaving you running around.
These are nasty. So this is a Necron, but this is a Necron basically infected with what is known as the flare virus, and it is something that is it's literally a zombie virus but for robots. And what it is that they go mad. They will go mad, and now the lore has kind of changed on the flayed ones a little bit. But basically what it is that they have an insatiable hunger and that they cannot fill. So what they'll do is that they will wear skin of flayed humans or try to replicate feasting on human flesh. And because they don't have any internal organs or a need to actually like feed, they are just mashing wet, sloppy like skin in their mouths as they move on from like planet to planet, being summoned like crazed berserkers out of like a tear in the warp, basically.
Screaming like a skinned animal, or just bludgeon you to a pulp, or maybe bombard you with projectiles full of acidic, boring maggots, deserves a reasonable level of respect, even if that service was in fact non-consensual. As with many military roles in the Imperium, Guardsmen serve with a duality of horrific warfare
they see shit
coupled
too.
with
Like they see
unceasing
so much
immortal
shit.
Honor. Because of the extreme casualty rates,
PTSD
most
must
Guardsmen are
be
equipped with
rampant
simply
with these
a
people.
lasgun, because why give them more than that when they're not going to be around to use it? A lasgun being a weapon often referred to as a flashlight because of its extremely poor effectiveness against the severe threats faced by the Imperium. Other heavy weaponry for its soldiers are available, as well as some devastatingly powerful tanks, ordnance, and air support, but for your average man on the ground, bad luck. You get the lasgun.
Yeah,
While Imperial propaganda will tell the glory of serving in the Imperium, the reality is fairly disconnected from this stirring.
I mean, like the lasgun can work on things like snotlings, Gretchens, lower Tyranid, lower Tyranid bioforms, all that stuff. But like when it comes to like the bigger boys, like warriors, hive tyrants, chaos space marines, crazed orcs. Yeah, good luck, buddy. I hope you've had at least 3 days left until retirement.
And glorifying rhetoric. The phrase battle of attrition comes quickly to mind for many guardsmen who will not receive much if any personal body armor, unlike their superhuman Astartes saviors. Nope, you're going into battle with the shirt on your back, and as an individual, no one is going to be stopping to help you when you lose a limb or worse. And the word expendable will be very much on your commander's lips.
And like half the
Now, if it
time,
isn't
they'll
bad
just
enough that
walk
you're
over your
facing a
corpse.
nightmarish host of Xenos, your commissar will be standing right behind you, ready to kill you or your newfound friends on the slightest hint of your hesitation, or perhaps simply to just motivate those around you. Unless you have qualified for a specialist division or an elite force within the Guard, you're more than likely going to become Operation Human Shield. And if by some miracle you
Yeah, because you're basically like no different than like the gaunts of like the Tyranids that will just get thrown into the meat grinder just to stall and whittle down your opponent. So it's the bane of the minion / grunts. Otherwise, you might as well bring a rusty. Pretty much, yeah. And the horrors these people see on a daily basis. And here's the other thing, right? So depending on how severe the situation is, they will never see a space marine. Not once. So like we'll see like a lot of artwork of like Space Marines fighting alongside the Imperial Guard and all that kind of stuff. That is rare. That is a 1 in a 1 million chance of an encounter. Because a lot of the times, guardsmen will be out here on the front lines fighting cosmic horrors beyond any form of comprehension. And because the Imperium of Man is so vast, I mean, we're talking about like an empire with like a literal million worlds. If not, maybe a little bit shorter than that because of all the Exterminatus and all other forms of Xenos eating it. But yeah, so like they'll be stretched super thin across these worlds. And guardsmen will be fighting on the front lines for decades, not even seeing a single Space Marine because it's probably not even like severe enough for a Space Marine chapter to be involved, unless they just happen to be in the area. Because like, if you see a Space Marine on the ground, if you see a Space Marine chapter in your vicinity, 9 out of 10, or like I would say probably about like 7 to 8 out of 10 times, that means shit's not good. Like that means something is really, really serious and it's really, really bad. Or they just happen to be in the local sector.
Managed to survive the horrific conditions of battling alien horrors with little more than a gun that shoots light, having watched many around you die in the most unbearable of circumstances, and then still have your sanity intact, not to mention, hopefully, not having your body be completely broken, there's nothing to say that an orbiting Astartes or Inquisition may not simply decide that things are not going quite as well as they'd expected, and decide that, in fact, an orbital bombardment might best serve the fast resolution of the situation. And you're
or sometimes you will fight a Xenos threat, and the wider Imperium is not supposed to know. And here's the other part that's really fucked up about this. So sometimes I think it's like that with the Tyranids, because the Imperium is not supposed to technically know about the Tyranids. So if you happen to come across a Xeno species that you're at war with, and you might just be straight up executed just for witnessing these things. Why not what? Oh, to kind of keep up the morale. To kind of make sure, like, oh, hey, everything's fine. Everything's peachy keen. Like, don't worry about us. Oh, doop, praise the Emperor. Yeah, there are some Xeno threats that the Imperium citizen does not know about.
your service is
And they will actually go generations without knowing about them, even though that they are fighting them on the front lines.
Appreciated, Guardsman. If you feel like you're having a bad day and want to voice your concerns to those around you, this is not advisable. Commissars will be standing by to silence you for potentially damaging unit morale. But like so many aspects of the Imperium, the most hollow
like they'll
element
just
is
shoot
the
you
fact
based
that
on
in
vibes.
serving your family, your planet, and your Imperium, you will not be remembered and will be 100% left behind if the situation warrants it. You will not be receiving a flashy service or your family informed of your demise. You are but one of millions upon millions of soldiers, and while some planets are focused around specialist skills and military training, many more are unwitting or even unwillingly drafted. You will not receive special genetic engineering.
Wait, so they're
you
fighting
get your gun,
against Xenos, they
your
have
orders,
no...
and a direction
Pretty
to
much,
advance.
yes.
Now get on with
Pretty
it,
much.
Guardsman, before your own officer shoots you for failure to follow command. Next, in
basically.
direct contrast, is the dull monotony of bureaucracy. You are the
this
grease
is
and
fun.
oil in the machine as an administrative scribe. While many lives in the Imperium are pain-ridden and lives of frustrating physical agony, there is an argument to be made that endless perpetual administration is equally unbearable. The role of an administrator or an administrative scribe is to perpetually carry out tasks that must seem simply entirely pointless in the grand scheme of things. Your daily tasks
Yeah, just like actual administration work.
lost amid a vast ocean of information. Your whole being lost in reams and reams of paper trails, and even the purpose and intent of your tasks are potentially lost to meaning, or possibly even no longer required, having been long forgotten about. Billions of clerks, scribes, and general admin staff work
Like, you gotta
tirelessly
admit, like, there are-
to manage the Imperium.
You gotta think, like, because of like just how vast the Imperium is, like a lot of the times, a lot of like important documents, files and other forms of intel literally will just get lost in the shuffle. And it might take hundreds of years just to find it.
At every tier. Compared to others, this may seem like a sweet job to land yourself, but imagine having to do the same thing every day, without end, without opportunity, and without meaning. In
Yeah,
many
this
respects,
would
it's the
drive you
closest thing
insane.
to hell for many. Pointless tasks with no thanks or appreciation, no sense of really contributing anything to the greater whole, cold, harsh working conditions, still subject to the same brutal rules and regulations that dictate all Imperial life, indeed the very nature of the complex bureaucracy that is strictly enforced and allows little room for error. Regulations, forms, protocols, and process is your life. Worse perhaps is to live a life of blind ignorance of the goings-on beyond the walls and confines of your endless daily data processing. Many administrative positions are considered hereditary as well, so you'll be committed to a life of permanent placement facing logic engines and cogitator workstations. For an administratum scribe working in their specific sub-departments, all must be recorded, catalogued, completed in quadruplet, processed, and then as long as centuries later, finally archived. The whole
I genuinely, I would honestly would rather get shot. Like, if I had the choice of being a guardsman or part of the administratum, I would choose the guardsman. Because at least I know my fate would be most likely ungodly painful, but it would probably be ungodly quick. Just as much, because at least you get to see shit. Here, all you get to see is a library. An administrative building. That's all you will see. Day in, day out, night, day. Every year, all year round. That would drive me insane.
Process is grindingly slow and dull beyond the strongest possible interpretation of the word. And as a final insult, you must fulfill your role accurately and efficiently for the entirety of your servitude. Failure to do so risks intervention by the Inquisition. Administrative departments who have failed to maintain an acceptable level of efficiency, or worse, make a catalogue of errors, may be subject to mass summary executions by Inquisitors for crimes against the Imperium. As a simple cog in a machine, you could also unknowingly participate in a scheme of upward conspiracy and corruption and be judged for this without even having been aware of doing
about
so.
that. Like,
a thankless,
like
soul-destroying job where you're like
you gotta think, like, what he just said, where they'll just be like mass executions if like basically one person just fucks up. You gotta think, you're just sitting here doing your job, like scribing books, scrolls, doing what they tell you to do, and then out of nowhere, oh well, now you're dead because Bob from accounting over there fucked up one scroll. That's insane.
Likely never see anything beyond the incarcerated walls of your administrative vault sector.
Like, that is genuinely
human
insane.
Batteries, otherwise known as psychers, used to fuel the Emperor atop of his golden throne. Unsanctioned psychers are continually hunted by the Imperium, and when discovered they will likely be transported off-world to return to Terra in what are referred to as the much-feared Black Ships. As an unsanctioned psyker, you'll be assigned to one of two roles for the Imperium. Training to a full operating psyker or a psychic human battery to fuel the Emperor and the Astronomican's daily requirements.
Yeah, so another thing with being a psyker is that you're kind of shunned. For the most part, you're if you are not working as like a sanctioned psyker by the Imperium, or if you're not literally getting your soul ripped out and destroyed by the very Emperor you're praying to. Basically, if you're not being killed by God himself, or if you are not forced to serve this man, you are a actual like walking ticking time bomb, because you are susceptible to being possessed by demons, hunted down by the Inquisition, and hunted down by, even other like Space Marine chapters. Just your life is filled with absolute paranoia and madness, because you are channeling the very raw power of the warp itself. That is terrifying. And then, like, if you get put on a black ship, that's even worse, because the thing that is patrolling the ships in order to keep you in check is what is known as the Sister of Silence. Hi, Koi. How you doing? Oh snap, you're streaming. No, you're fine. You're fine. Sorry about the DMs. No, you're fine. You're fine. I just saw your DMs and I'm taking a look at them right now. Koi, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this to me, Koi? Thank you for subscribing for 3 months. Big hugs to you too. But why are you sending this heresy? Chat, you don't want to know what she sent, but I will give her a shout out. Why do you send this heresy to me? Why must you send this heresy? You don't want to know, chat. If you know, you know. And you don't want to know. Go check out Koi. But yeah, so as I was saying, basically what it is that a Sister of Silence is basically a female Custodes. I found these hilarious. I know, and they terrify me. They absolutely terrify me. I hate you for this, Koi. I hate you for what you've sent. But anyway, so a Sister of Silence is basically just like a female Custodes who were handpicked by the God Emperor because they're basically like what Koi said. They're nulls. They're blanks basically, where their presence in the warp, because so every living being's soul has a presence in the warp, and blanks don't have that. They're kind of like what you would call soulless because they're so small, if not non-existent. And because of their unique disposition, it causes psychers to pretty much get shut off. And because of that, they also feel very uneased around Sisters of Silence. If not, they go crazy. And that's what's basically monitoring the halls of a black ship to make sure you're in check. And they could kill you with their thumb. They could easily kill you within 2 seconds with just their thumbs, if they wanted to. Oh, they also don't talk either. They communicate through sign language.
Wide injection of psychic power. Unsanctioned psychers represent a great threat to populations as they run the risk of unwittingly becoming a portal for demonic incursion. And those imprisoned within its cavernous, permanently dark, freezing cold holds on the journey back to Terra, with thousands of other unfortunate members being probably the most harrowing part of the ordeal, as these untrained psychers will expel their panicked and fraught emotions all around them. As such, only the most mentally strong Sisters of Silence will crew these vessels so as to be able to withstand the constantly soul-numbing despair of the incarcerated amateur psychers. For the majority of these poor souls, upon reaching Terra itself, their fate will be psychic disintegration, as they're consumed by the Emperor and the Astronomicon, their very mind, soul, and body being...
Like, you gotta think, like, these people are, like, praying to the God Emperor like if he was an actual god. And this is their only chance that they ever literally get to meet God himself. And he's just a corpse on a golden throne, and you are literally nothing more than just a battery to keep him alive for one day. That is sad. Like, that is genuinely sad, because a lot of these people are like genuine like followers of the God Emperor. And for you to sit there and be like, oh yeah, I can't wait to meet God, only to find that he's a corpse. And 2, you're literally nothing more than just basically just like a juice box for him to just slurp up and just crunch. And the sad thing about it, is that like the Emperor is dying. So the Golden Throne is failing on him. So before it used to be 1,000 psychers a day, a fucking day, just to keep the lights on, and it's failing. So now they're sacrificing more psychers just to keep this guy alive for a day.
Consumed in agonizing psychic fire, and their bodies and brains are burned to ashes. But it does keep the Imperium's lighthouse lit for another day at least.
His physical body's dying, his soul's
an unpleasant, but
yeah, basically yes, but like
appreciated task.
But still though, But basically, like, the bottom line is that the Golden Throne is failing. And they have to keep sacrificing. more and more just to keep the Astronomicon going.
To carry out in your service for the Imperium is that of refueling a starship warp drive. And this has scant documentation on who specifically carries out this role, but it is described as being similar to a funeral procession.
I think it's...
Those chosen to carry out the task will begin by leaving an airlock to cross the service deck of a ship, wearing robes of grey metallic thread connected up with valves of long cabling, all wearing thick lead gloves as they carry their heavy metal caskets upon their shoulders. The service staff's
This is why I
eyes,
love
nose,
40K.
and mouth will be similarly fitted with these connective valves. The unknown material they carry within these caskets evidently being extremely hazardous, for as these individuals cross to their objective, their flesh, skin will slowly cook and be burned away.
This is why I love 40K, because this is so over the top and it's so grim that you can't help but to love it. It's essentially just even by the act of just refueling, like just the act of like refueling a fucking spaceship is like over dramatically gothic. Like it's genuinely like just so over dramatically gothic, because it's not just like, oh well, just carry the fuel to the reactor. No, it's like an entire funeral, and they're carrying like a coffin. It's just, yeah, it's metal opera, and I love this so much.
This process being described by tech priests as the most perilous operation a vessel could undertake, barring actual combat. As the procession of staff would approach the warp drive central column, the casket carriers would become even further physically damaged and even start to disintegrate, but being driven perhaps by the chemicals and gases being infused into them as pain suppressors and some chemical concoctions to enable them to carry out such a task, they lumber forward.
Yeah,
but the closer the carriers
like...
come to the drive itself, the more they begin to stagger and their metallic robes deteriorate. Some infused chemicals keeping them barely standing as their bodies begin to quite literally fall apart. Chunks.
By the way, I'm more afraid of tech priests and the Adeptus Mechanicus. Yeah, because we'll go over we'll go over those like once we're like done with like the Imperium, because I'm saving Space Marine chapters for later, because there's so much to cover. There is so much to cover with Space Marines. But this right here is just insane. Like, that is genuinely fucking crazy.
Of flesh and matter falling from their person as they push on to deliver their fuel to the...
Like, yeah, because they got like stems going through their bodies, and it's like, oh well, there goes my arm. Well, I can't stop now. I got this giant metal coffin to shove into the reactor, and then probably by the time they get to the reactor, you're just bones. You're literally just bones. Have you gone over what a ship? Yes, we have. When we went over servitors.
Drive. The casket would be finally pushed into a socket of the drive column as some of the carrier's limbs would detach and strips of muscle and bone hang down from their gaping robes. Servitor-like machines would collect the remains of the carriers and scrape these into yet more caskets before tech priests offer prayers to the machine god.
The funny thing is, like, the funny thing is that they literally could use a robot with no like abominable intelligence. Or hell, even like a servitor. No, it's just these poor, unfortunate dregs that have to do it. Again, this is why I love 40K.
The final casket bearers would load their fuel into the drive before the doors would rapidly shut. The robed shells would now be retracted to the entry point, and the ship's captain might be heard to utter, "Emperor, preserve us," before finally turning away from the harrowing scene playing out on the engineering
I know they're
deck
actually
of their
afraid of
starship.
robots.
Imagine life in something like the 13th century, essentially the Middle Ages, where anything like 90% of the population spend all of their time every day working the land.
Yeah, we know.
This is life on a feudal world. There are a few citizens with specific jobs working stone and metals, but your average person's life is doomed to endless hard labour. This physically destroying job is carried out from dawn to dusk, year-round, with the populace likely surviving on a meagre supply of its own productivity. A high mortality.
Like, it's just kind of funny to think, like, with just like how far into the future there's still there's still like feudal worlds, like straight out of like medieval times. That's really interesting.
Rate of disease and infection, industrial accidents with primitive machinery, or domestic complications like no medicine to prevent women from dying in childbirth. This all in and of itself sounds hard enough of a life, but imagine, if you will, the job of a feudal gong farmer. Now, what is this scintillating job? Well, it's collecting the mess of medieval latrines and cesspits, bringing it manually outside of a city or a town to be used as fertilizer for farming. You do get the privilege of searching through the waste if you choose to find any valuables, and by the way, you also have to work only during the night. And here's hoping you don't pass out from the fumes you're inhaling and potentially drown in the stuff you're having to rake out every night. And for those on a feudal...
That must be an embarrassing way to go, is just to die in the poop pit. I'm gonna say poop pit now.
World to top it off, an Imperial administrator will be watching from an orbital platform, and that's about all the defenses your planet has. So let's hope no blood-crazed orcs, hungry tyrannids, or immoral demons come wandering by. If you thought working a feudal planet or in a factory for material processing in a hive was bad, don't be so ungrateful, citizen. You have a privileged life compared to those poor souls working in agri-processing. While this is going to vary from hive planet to planet, some of the worst of this is processing what's referred to as corpse starch and ration biscuits.
Yep, here we go. This is what I was talking about earlier.
As populations for the massive ecologies known as hive cities become quite simply ridiculous, housing anything between 10 and 100 billion citizens, the need for sustenance is obviously difficult to provide for.
It's basically
while you may be lucky enough to save up your credits and purchase a delicious chunk of rat meat, you're more than likely going to be enjoying some delicious ration bars or corpse starch. But how do workers produce such luxuries? Well, ration bars are best described as horribly greasy, generally unpopular, shockingly, and are biscuit bars to feed workers served.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to try it. Like, unironically, I kind of want to try this because, like, I've eaten, obviously since I'm in the military, I have eaten like MREs and stuff like that. It sounds like it's no different than what I would probably eat in like some certain like MREs. Like, unironically.
And military forces. They're manufactured by harvesting bio-rich matter from ocean planets and worlds with seas, which then provides a protein-rich gruel. This, though, would be not enough to provide for the billions of citizens, so it must be instead fed to larvae of the Orochian bilefly. Now, when these larvae reach an optimal stage in their life cycle, when they're plump enough, the larvae are going to be pulped by workers and compressed down into the hard-to-stomach biscuit ration bars. The agri-workers doing this process will work in huge air-sealed pens that produce these plump, fat larvae. If you're working in one of these places, then things are not going to be going well for you, and you're probably quite low down in your hive city as the stench and endless droning vibrations and material mechanical sounds of the bileflies is not one that many would choose to live with. Still though, it could be worse. You could be producing corpse starch,
AI to be banned,
which is about as appealing as
like,
it
at least
sounds.
For art.
This material is bland, filling, and relatively nutritious because it's basically reconstituted biomatter mixed with animals, plants, discarded organics, and of course rumored to include human corpses as well. While this is undoubtedly frowned...
Yeah, so basically, it's kind of like, invoices. Yeah, that too. But also, corpse starch is basically Soylent Green. And it's literally saying like Soylent Green is people. Well, so is corpse starch. And then there are things like corpse guilds, where that is also a thing that we will probably dive into as well.
Frowned upon by various administrative departments of the Imperium, it's one of those things that a planetary governor is going to either sweep under the rug, play down, or full-on cover up. It's never out and out a disclosed ingredient, but highly suspected that one way the population are able to be adequately fed is the mechanical reclamation of human biomatter, albeit then diluted by various other organic materials.
Yeah, because it's like they don't let anything go to
on
waste.
The borderline of being acceptable. And when faced with limited options for feeding your population, the alternative being violent food riots, then it becomes a necessary evil. Pity though the workers who have to work in the stinking immoral environment where you must process
that's lovely.
endless stinking vats of biomatter, perhaps seeing some things that are going to be difficult to forget as you catch your eager 4 hours of rest before getting back into the production line. Now, I'm yet to cover the assassins of the Imperium.
Okay, I think it's with Eversor assassins. I think they're the ones that are like crazed psychopaths, if I remember correctly. I think that also might be another one. I know there's arcoflagellants, which are basically servitors that are just crazed and juiced up to hell. So I think Eversors are kind of like that as well.
But one aspect in being selected to work as an Imperial assassin is their pre-training. Now, as with most Imperial roles, it's quite unpleasant. But specifically, the role of the Eversor Temple, which disturbingly leans towards using the youngest recruits as they are less developed and therefore easier to bioadapt later in surgery.
Yeah,
to start off with, most
basically
recruits will
easier
be
to mold.
orphans from a death world, of which there are quite unsurprisingly a plentiful supply in the Imperium. These recruits, after some base training, will be...
So what a death world is... Oh, sorry. So what a death world is that it's essentially a prison colony. Just on a planet scale, basically.
transported to Terra, but en route they will continue to be trained by a survival of the fittest assessment. These very young recruits will engage in what can best be described as an ongoing battle royale of wills, initiative, and resolve. Recruits are required to survive on minimal food, even minimal oxygen, for days on end, as well as continual forced fighting between themselves. This could be armed, unarmed, in near total darkness, or distracting aural and lighting conditions. Heat, cold, varying levels of gravity from the thin to the severe all will be factors in their assessment. When they eventually reach Terra, there could be anything below 1/10 of the original number of recruits who have survived this harrowing ordeal, or perhaps not at all if their assessors deem them unsatisfactory to requirements. The recruits, though, will then
See, I'm gonna make you some nice hot chocolate and made with milk in it. Ooh, that actually sounds really fucking good.
be organised by the temple
really
they are
good,
best
Koi.
suited for. Eversor assassin recruits face, though, the further horror of being now forcibly bioengineered. These youngest recruits, who are essentially children, will be turned through this process into unstoppable drug-fueled killing machines.
Okay,
To
so
achieve
this
the
is
Medicus adepts will use a
the
range of
temple I was
genetic
thinking of.
adaptation, endoskeletal restructuring, bionic implants, and infusions of chemicals to turn the previously human youth into a nightmarish weapon that can barely be controlled by its own leaders. Their cerebral cortex will also be enhanced and the brain fitted with Lobo chips.
And then you
These
have, like,
will
a skull
amplify
mask.
the assassin's state of mind to either raging hate, pure determination, or extreme fanatical drive for the love of the Imperium at any cost. This whole process is unpleasant and far from risk-free.
And then
Many
it's like when they
subjects will
die,
of
they explode.
Massive multi-organ collapse as their bodies struggle to handle the severe restructuring. And this is not to mention the inevitable side effects from being turned into a bioenhanced, drug-fueled, borderline if not psychotic killing machine. Past this point, the assassin will continually attempt to balance the complex cocktail of chemicals that's fueling and simultaneously poisoning their system. Finally, at the end of all this, the assassin will be placed in cryosuspension, their bodies so drug-fueled and their own mindset so completely unstable that it's easier than keeping them actively conscious. Before a mission, they're going to be placed into a drop pod and then fired down to achieve their task. Becoming an Eversor assassin is likely one of the worst jobs in the Imperium, as your life is nothing but soul-destroying pain and servitude to be stripped of everything you were and used as an indiscriminate weapon of the Imperium.
Yeah, and then I believe it's like upon death you actually like explode because you're so juiced up.
Now, penal legions are the dregs of Imperial society, so you can imagine these are some less than capable individuals.
Yeah, and then
These
like
are
some of
usually
these
members
people are
the
strapped to
Imperial
like
Guard and
penitence
PDF
engines.
who have perhaps not been executed on the spot for their crimes and instead commuted to a life sentence in the loosest definition of the word. However, a penal legion can be easily made up of murderers, maniacs, thieves, in general criminal elements of society, or just those who were far too incompetent in their duties and have been sentenced to play some more mildly useful role for the Imperium.
Yeah, and also, so what a penitence engine is. So what that is, it's essentially like a walker. It's like a mech walker. However, the thing is with the penitence engine is, let's see here. Oh wait, hey, how's it? Oh, hey, how's it going? To World War II guy. Sorry, I'm like trying to keep track of both chat and here, on Twitch. Have I seen the Underhive? I don't think so. I don't think so.
These
Yes, for the
legions, though,
Emperor.
unfortunately, are basically the waste dump of human society.
Oh, right. As I was saying, so what a penitence engine is that, so basically what it is that it's a criminal. So it's a criminal strapped into a mech walker. And so the thing is that it is a open walker. So they're not necessarily seated, they're strapped in, and they kind of just walk through the battlefield fighting, and there's nothing to protect them, nothing to keep them, safe from like explosions, sharp objects, bullets, lasers, acid. You get the picture. And essentially they have to rely on the God Emperor's grace and mercy to kind of just make it through, basically.
And are forced to wear explosive slave collars that are more about turning the troops into human bombs than a disciplinary incentive. They march in a shambolic way towards their goal, or perhaps run if they're crazed, and then perhaps to just encourage those around them with whatever they're meant to be doing. Maybe a few of them will be blown up and detonated here and there. But is this the job we're talking about? Well, no. In fact, what we're actually sparing a thought toward are those tasked with maintaining control over these plebs. Penal Legion overseers essentially have the unfortunate task of herding a bunch of shambolic, potentially murderous and psychopathic cats. Some of the Penal Legion will relish their role and accept their death, running headlong into the enemy, but others may fall into mental ruin, just falling to the floor, crying, unable to move. Others may try to run away, or simply just lash out and kill those standing around them. As frustratingly soul-destroying as such a task is, those commanding a Penal Legion are usually well versed in dealing out punishment, cruelty, and incentives to their force, and will lay down brutal levels of discipline. Despite this professionalism though, it's still likely one of the most frustrating roles to have to command in, with a force who are potentially just as happy killing each other and themselves as they are the enemy.
Yeah, so basically you're just like in charge of like a bunch of savages, like a bunch of uncrazed, like just a bunch of uncrazed, good lord, a bunch of crazed savages. And the only thing that's really kind of protecting you is like a las gun or a las pistol. And as someone who was once a prison guard for a short period of time, for a pretty short period of time, I was a prison guard. It's terrifying just to be amongst like a bunch of like people who could literally just jump down and kill you or beat the shit out of you with like very minimal protection. It is quite terrifying.
So now to finish, I'm going to have to break your immersion. But the truest worst job that could exist in 40k is, well, whatever you can draw from your own imagination. Because this might seem like a cop-out, but it's actually the real bedrock of 40k. Because
this is one
while
of the
it
things
has
I love about
embedded
it.
canon and non-canon lore, it's also a world whereby you, as a participant, are encouraged to use your own imagination. The civilian life of the Dark Future is very poorly documented, and really we only have scraps of information compared to the endless raging warfest that is ongoing between various factions. The civilian life of the Imperium is perhaps one of the most interesting aspects that exists in the 40k universe, and if Games Workshop will not expand upon it, maybe it's time we start doing so ourselves with some wild speculations and imaginings. The whole thing with 40k is that the Imperium itself is so fractured and spread across countless systems.
There you go. That is the Segmentum Obscurus. That is basically kind of like controlled like Imperium space, essentially.
With vast distances in between, it's really hard to focus
Segmentum
in on some of
Solar,
the details of different
Pacificus.
worlds. Now this has happened very, very slowly over time with little fragments of information.
And we'll
but
talk
some
about
could
other
be,
things
for example,
like, as you kind of saw there on like that little map there, there are things called like Ghoul Stars and Halo Stars. We'll get to those, because those are a special kind of fucked up.
nightmarish gulags, while others could be verdant, lush garden worlds of pleasure. Others could be more Earth-like with all the complex goings-on of human life that this entails, or you could be living in a horrific hive city or toxic choking forge world. Or how about a planet that's being cut off from the Imperium due to a simple administrative error, forced to go its own way with the vague hope of one day being rediscovered if it's not destroyed by some other alien process in the...
Yeah, because, like, just think about that. You're kind of, like, hoping... So, circling back around to, like, the Administratum. So, that's kind of horrifying in a sense that your request for, like, just food, basically, right? So, just, like, a simple request for more food could easily be lost in the sauce. And you just kind of pray to the Emperor that your request reach to Terra, or at least another high-ranking member of the Imperium, or otherwise you will starve, and it will probably even take maybe decades for the right people to get that if it's not lost.
Meanwhile, and this for me is one of the most enjoyable parts of Warhammer 40,000. You can use your own imagination to build a whole narrative given the existing lore and framework of the factions within it. Often the world of 40k draws on real-world history, and it's something that I really love the idea of doing in creating whole descriptions of planets and locations that are non-canon and entirely fictional. Perhaps this is something I'll find time to do, perhaps it's something that you guys would be interested in me doing. In the meanwhile, worst jobs canon or not, tell me down below what's the worst thing you can come up with. I'm probably going to regret asking that, but let's see. As always guys, thanks for watching, and thank you for your support. I'll see you in the next one.
Alright, so I am going to take a little bit of a break. I'm going to use the bathroom real quick, so let me put on some Skyrim for you. And then we will continue with some more Warhammer stuff when we get back. So let me go take a quick pee break, and we will continue when we get back. right, chat. Okay, so let me see here. So this one's a little bit on the longer side. We might watch this one next week because it is getting a little late tonight. Because we're approaching that. So we're approaching that 3-hour mark. So what we'll probably do. Let me see here. We might just power through this. Or let me see if I can find another like shorter Warhammer 40k video for us. So this one that we'll watch later. So we'll watch this later. So we saw the lower end of the Imperium. Now we'll see like what the higher end is like. So hang on, let me see if I can find a shorter video for us to watch here, chat. There we go. So let me see if I can find us a shorter video to watch that is Warhammer 40k related. Let's see here. If not, then we'll probably just watch like some funny little videos here and there. Yeah, we'll probably watch maybe like some videos here and there. Let's see here. Actually, let me save that for later. You know what? You know what, actually? I got a better idea. Let's see here. Yeah, well, let's watch some Dumbest Criminal stuff. Now, we've already watched that. Here we go. There we go. Okay, so to kind of round out the night, because that was a pretty meaty video for us to watch, let's go ahead and watch some stuff to kind of liven it up a little bit. And then next week we'll watch some more Warhammer stuff, because I know that first video we sat down and watched with Hollow probably took up a little bit. I give big hugs. Well, I give big hugs too, Koi. Okay, so this is called America's Dumbest Criminals compilation, part 10. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Excuse me, but you do not own me.
Stay seated.
Let me go.
Come here and stay seated.
Let me go.
Did this lady just bite a cop?
You are not going to do that.
Please.
I want to check she got rabies.
God, here we go. Hey. Ow!
Lady, why are you trying to bite a fucking cop?
Responding to a fight call, complainant said that there's several people outside fighting in the streets.
On the ground! Get out!
Get out on the ground! Get on the ground! Let him go. Let him go.
That's a big man. Oh! Oh, did you get right in the titty?
You
Did you get right in the titty?
We may be letting you go. Okay. Can I help you?
Don't go speak up. I feel it's not enough what the government doing. I'm ready to roll.
You come over here getting in the middle of something that you had nothing to do with. Get your feet out. Sir,
over there?
Put it down. Sir, get on the car. Get on the car.
I was gonna say this.
Stop resisting.
Take him down.
Okay, wait, what? Okay, buddy, why did you think that was a smart idea to just stroll up to a bunch of cops? like you got something to hide. Like, that's not a smart idea.
Just get him.
Oh, got him right in the thigh.
Sir, just stand right there for me, okay? Just stand right there.
You put that on yourself, Bo.
He was resisting a lot. He was kind of strong, too, but I think that taser took the fight out of him.
This stuff ain't that funny. Hang on, chat. Let me see if I can find a funnier, like a funnier video. These are just people being like, I was hoping like maybe like a ha ha hoo hoo, like tee hee hoo hoo funny like cop stuff, but that's just sad. Let's see, America's Dumbest Criminals. Let's see here. Hang on, let me see here. What? Let me do. You know what? Actually, let me see something. Okay, here we go. There we go. So something a little bit funnier. Okay, except for that. There we go. Okay, so there we go. Okay. Oh, yep, we're off to the start already. Jesus. What? Oh!
Walter. Oh my god.
Oh! Oh, buddy, why did you do that?
Epic fail.
Yeah, that's an epic fail. Thank you for the hydration. Oh! Hey, we got some nice ass though. Nice butt crack there, buddy. Oh!
Oh my god. Are you ready? Here we go. Oh my god.
Hi Beans, how you doing? We're watching some funny stuff because I joined you to say nice ass. And there's the timing. You joined as you say nice ass. We're watching funny, dumb stuff because we were watching a bunch of grimdark Warhammer 40k stuff. It's always me. It is always you. I'm sorry. Oh! Buddy, get a fucking stool.
The pinata. He's about to hit.
Oh! Nice Undertale stuff there, buddy. Hey, let me give you a shout out.
Momo.
Oh! I'm not gonna lie, I kind of did this too whenever I was younger. I had a giant, I had a giant sword. So I had a giant sword. And one time I was swinging it around in my room and I basically smacked it into my ceiling fan, right? And it caused like half the ceiling fan to be completely, totally like blown up, basically. And I freaked the fuck out. And when I told Mama Rex this, I was like, "Oh, I don't know what happened. It just exploded." And she never let that down, like ever. So I fucking sympathize with that. But how you doing, Beans? Nice. Wait. Oh, I was gonna say, wait, hold on. Where's the fail?
Oh god.
Oh. No. Oh, no. Up there we go. Oh. Oops. Nice job.
Oh no.
Okay. Also, guys, please go check out Beans. She's one of my good friends. I love her stuff, and she's got a new PNG model that she just debuted like last week, and it is really nice. I had a snow day. I wish I had a snow day again. I wish I had a snow day again because like it snowed I think like a couple of weeks ago here in Florida, and I wish I had a snow day again because that was fun. Did you go outside and play in the snow though?
You hit it right.
Oh, that was okay. That wasn't bad. Come on now.
Happy birthday.
Model was paid off. Yay! Let's go! Oh!
Kick your legs.
Girl, you can't.
No, I'm an indoor demon. But you're in. But snow though. But like snow. Snow's fun. Oh no. Girl, whoa. Honey, what did you think it was gonna happen? That thing looks like it can't even hold up a cat. And you try to slam dunk on that one. Really? Okay, oh. How? Oh. Oh, with snow mixed with dirt? Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That's fair.
I don't think you set it up right.
Just the oh, just the laid back of shame. Oh, how dare you destroy a really nice recliner like that? Come on now. Are you serious?
Go.
Oh. Well, I mean, she dived in, but it was just more of a faceplant. I mean, like, hey, it's thought they can. No. Okay, I thought it was gonna hit the car. Nice going there, dipshit. Wait, can I go back and look at that the ball again? Just I don't know why I thought that was funny as shit. Oh, nice going there, dumbass. This can only end so well. Oh, that wasn't so bad. Did he punch a hole in the... I just chipped the side. I mean, like, that's not bad.
Oh my god.
Wait, what happened? What happened? Oh, shit. What is up with these people and trying to do this kind of shit indoors? Oh. Not nice. Not nice.
When he started, he stopped.
Oh.
You broke my mirror. I caught that on video.
I really hope she didn't get glass of shards in her ass. What? Oh my god, why are these people like just... Why do these people insist on doing this shit indoors? Couldn't handle the dumpy. Couldn't handle the power of the dumpy.
Oh, you. I told you to back up. Oh.
Because it's obviously too cold to do it outside. But for all of them? Oh no.
Oh no. Oh.
That's why you need to secure your fucking backlighting. Oh, looks like she got that shit from Temu. Nice. Did you... Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's not cool.
You alright?
It's called security your fucking zip line. Damn. Okay, you wanted the fish that badly?
Get your hat.
Alicia, what's wrong?
I don't even know what to talk about.
And she got it off of Wish.com.
Oh my god.
How? How? How did you do that?
Oh.
Oh. Let's go there, dumbass. Why?
1, 2, 3.
Oh! Talent, probably. Lady, try a new profession. 'Cause that ain't it.
It's okay. It's okay. Okay.
Watch a little bit more of this. Oh, did he? What?
You're gonna break something.
He did?
Wait, did he break the TV?
Oh, jeez.
Shit, he ain't broke the.
We're good.
Nice. Why do these people insist? Did he just like seriously just like feel the TV like, oh yes, I see now. The TV seems a little bit more denser than usual. Oh no, 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 no!
La fregada.
I hope that had insurance. So, I'm not into like all the virtual stuff, right? But like, aren't you supposed to just be like, shouldn't you just like stand still? Or isn't there like a little like, I don't know, like what's the word I'm looking for? Like a treadmill like device in order for you to like not have this happen? You guys know what I'm talking about? Why? Why are you that close? Why did you put it under the fucking TV?
Did you break the TV?
No!
Are you sure?
No, Mama.
Y'all are playing disabled tap. Oh!
Oh!
Wow, I'm glad I got that recorded.
That has to hurt.
Get it, come here. Get it.
I need it. Oh shit! Oh! Oh shit!
Jordan, you're doing it wrong. You gotta like.
I think in the instructions it gives it says please do this in an area with nothing around you. Yeah, these people need to read the fucking instructions when you do like virtual reality. If you're gonna have a VR set like that, just stand fucking still or sit down.
I'm so sorry, sir.
No, is he okay?
He's alright.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. As long as he's okay.
Wait, what happened? What happened? Oh shit! Can't do.
I just kind of like bend it up, like fold it. Break a window.
Oh, God. I'm sorry.
Why do these people keep insisting on doing this shit near windows?
Oh my God! Davey!
Why?
Oh my God!
Whoa!
I've never done that before. I have never once threw a ball that busted a window. I have never once done that. Now I will say this though. I will say this though. I have not done something this monumentally stupid. However, I did accidentally drop a 25-pound weight on two of my toes when I was like a teenager. And the incident literally permanently rearranged two of my toes. So two of my toes are actually like bowed because of that incident. It hurt like a motherfucker for at least 2 weeks. Yeah, it literally rearranged two of my toes. I can show it too. Oh! I'm not gonna lie, I would kind of do this. Toes for free. Yeah, no, I'll show off my toes for free. No. Oh. The kid's just like, okay. Nice. Spackle ain't gonna fix that. Yeah, Spackle ain't gonna fix that one.
This is not my house.
Whose fucking house is it then? Please tell me that's not an Airbnb. Nice, way to go. Oh! Oh. Ooh. What? Okay, look, if you're gonna have a diving board, secure the diving board! Put some screws in it! Or at least test it! Yeah, how the fuck is it not secured? Nice! Way to go.
What the?
Oh, and... Oh. I kind of figured that was gonna happen. Nice. Not nice. That's what you call a cheap trampoline here, folks. Oh! Okay, doing good. Oh, nope, never mind. I take that all back. I take that all back, you suck. Okay. You should have stopped right there. As soon as you jumped, you should have stopped. It's like a fucking magic trick. Is that a trampoline or?
I hope I got that.
Yeah, was that a fucking trampoline or what? Oh, he bit that.
Are you alright, dude?
No. Okay. Oh, no. Nice. Why was that not put on brake? Just jump on it. Just fucking jump on it. There you go. That's what you should have done to start with. Fucking dumbass.
Oh, which are they? Oh my god! Oh my god!
Nope, nope.
Oh my god!
Oh, which one's gonna go away? Which one's gonna fly away first? Which one's gonna fly away first? Okay. Okay, was not expecting that, but okay. Oh, pinata.
Come on! Don't be scared, come on! Hell! Hell! I misjudged that one.
Wait, hold up. I misjudged that one? No, what the fuck did you think was gonna happen? No, really, what the fuck did you think was gonna happen? You can't fit this through this. You can't... It's like literally putting a square peg through a round hole. You can't fucking do it.
Hell! Hell! I misjudged that one.
Oh, this is gonna end so well.
Stay towards the end, please. There you go. Right here in the middle.
Oh, please tell me he breaks the roof. Please tell me he breaks the roof. Ah, there we go.
Sorry, dude. That's so good. I'll be buying that.
It's a sunroof. Ow. And water gun in the engine. That's called water gun in the engine. What are you? What?
Nothing. Truck scooted.
Drake, scooter. I mean, what the fuck are you trying to do? Nice. Nice. Way to go. Oh, okay. Oh, no, not okay. How the fuck did that happen? I'm sorry, what the fuck? Okay. What the shit? I'm not gonna lie. If I had a house and a friend of mine just crashed right through my ceiling and I just see this, oh no, I'd be shitting bricks. Also, you bet your ass I would be making so many fucking Santa Claus jokes.
You okay?
Oh, that doesn't... Oh, all that fiberglass went everywhere. Oh, yep, all that fiberglass went everywhere. Oh, that is gonna be a bitch. That is a health... That's a health hazard. I mean, that's one way to renovate everything.
Oh my god.
Oh. No, not the fish tank!
Oh my god. 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 Call Victoria. I have it on camera.
Oh! Oh!
Okay, so relax.
No. If your ceiling has a giant lump or loose, here's a pro tip. Yeah, don't poke it. Yeah, exactly. Don't fucking poke it. Call a professional. Well, you're fired. What made you think to Florida and why did you floor it? You fucking idiot. Okay, that was kind of a funny little touch there.
Are you okay?
Oh, we're back to the first clip. I'm trying to get the car to park. Oh, well, it's already there.
Get dressed. Have a great day. Good day. Huh? Oh, there you are. Yeah, I gotta go. I don't have any clothes on. Oh. I'll take care of it. I'm sure you will. No, I know. Talk to you later, honey. I get it. It's my fault.
Buddy, just leave it. Just leave it. I was gonna say, just leave it. Alright, so that is where we're gonna call it a night. So let me just take you guys to let me close out of YouTube. There we go. Yeah, this was fun. No, like, I think we kind of needed something a little bit on a happier subject because of all of that Warhammer 40k stuff, because that is kind of depressing. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think we kind of needed something like that. So yeah, I think we kind of need a little bit of laugh for that, because yeah, so the next subject is not gonna be any better. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's gonna be just as depressing. Because like I said, next time we're gonna be talking about what the upper class of the Imperium likes to do. And it's what do you mean by the llama? Wait, what are you talking about? Let me see here. So, yeah, what the hell are you talking about? The what llama? So yeah, so next time, what Rama? What are you talking about? What the monkey llama? Oh, Demuncul. No, we're not talking about that. We will never talk about the Demunculaba. We will never talk about the Demunculaba. Because I don't know if I can even begin to talk about even a small fraction of what that thing's about. Well, I take that back. I'll take it back. Let me look here. Let me look at something here real quick. If we get to 850 followers, or if someone were to donate 5 gifted subs. If someone were to donate 5 gifted subs, I will talk about the Demunculaba. It is really fucked up. But again, if someone were to donate 5 gifted subs and or we'll hit 850 followers, then I will. But it's going to be one of those goals. If someone were to drop, again, 5 gifted subs, or if we hit the goal of 850, then we'll talk about the Demunculaba. But only then, because like I said, it is a really, 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 really fucked up subject. And I will, if we do talk about the Demunculaba, I will say this, trigger warning in advance. Wow! Yes, trigger warning in advance for the Demunculaba, because it is, yeah. You'll understand why 40k fans don't even like talking about it. Alright, so, let me go see who do we want to raid tonight. Let's see here. Who can we raid for tonight here, ladies and gentlemen? Let's see here. You know what? Let's see here. Let's see. I would like to raid. Yeah, you know what? You know what? Let's raid. What's he doing? Okay, he's just chatting. So we're gonna go and raid into Ricky Rex. So there won't be a stream tomorrow, but Friday, when we return to streaming, we will finish up the Master Grade new Gundam, and we will play a little bit of voices of the we will play Voices of the Void and finish up our Gundam. So we're gonna go ahead and raid over to Ricky. So until then, everybody, I'll catch you all later. Let's go say hi to Ricky.